Hello, it's me, MeganBob, here at the top of the show to say, I am sorry there is a bit of audio issue in this episode. James's audio sounds kind of muffled. I'm not sure what happened. I think it's still very listenable. It's just that you may not catch every single word, which is a bummer because James is fucking hilarious. I take full responsibility for this. This is probably an issue where I should have said, are we recording with the correct mics? Because you have to say that at the beginning of every recording because the gods will smite you if you don't. And I neglected to say that at the beginning of the recording. And indeed, the gods have smote me for my hubris. And so here I am coming to you hat in hand, paying for it now. So I do apologize. I think the episode is out fucking standing though, and I think you're going to have a great time. But I just wanted to let you know that that was the case and to let you know, yes, I am aware of it. I have mitigated it to the best of my abilities, and I hope that you are able to delight in this episode regardless. So enjoy. In another dimension entirely, in a plane of existence that is quite unlike our own, Great Atuin, the turtle, swims through space on his way to somewhere, we assume. To do something, we assume. On his back are 4 great elephants bearing up the weight of the vast disk that is the world. And on that disk, there are many places, many great sights, and extraordinary experiences to be had. But for Hard Choices, the podcast where we rank the fuckability of fictional characters from a given universe to determine the zenith, median, and nadir of fuckability, we are after something very different from our time on the disc. We are on the trail of the oldest dance there is, and we're on the hunt for dance partners from every corner of the disc, which is no mean feat considering the disc has no corners to speak of. And while we find ourselves face to face, or face to back, or face to groin, look, the possibilities are endless, but we find ourselves face to something. With the likes of witches, wizards, golems, and dwarves, it's not about that. It's about the many dodgy sausage in a buns we had along the way. And no episode of Hard Choices would be complete without 4 adventurous hosts ready to fuck like there's no tomorrow, which, with some of these characters, there may very well not be. Joining us from Did You Bring a Beer Along, where he's busy trying to figure out how nasty you have to be to get rated XXXX, it's Dan Mulcairn. Dan, which is your favorite Discworld novel?
Probably Small Gods. I remembered, kind of having my mind blown a bit by the idea that, gods are beings who feed off of worship. I thought that was a really cool idea. And, I feel like that idea has been explored in the years since, but that was the first time I ran into it. And, I don't know, all the stuff that it says about, faith and religion, I just, I thought it was really cool and insightful and also, deeply funny. And, they're, a mighty god gets turned into a very normal turtle. It's great,
I do love that book. Joining us from a lovely cottage in the Ramtop Mountains, where it's rumored she and the Elf Queen shack up sometimes, it's Annie Craton. Annie, which is your favorite Discworld novel?
The We Free Men is the one that I turn to again and again because Tiffany Aching is extremely important to me. But from my reread of the Watch books a couple of years ago, Thud is probably one of my favorites because it has everything I like from Watch books in it.
Joining us from Lanker, where he's looking to pick up some witches, it's James D'Amato. James, which is your favorite Discworld novel?
Oh, God, that question shook me to my core, and I really need to roll around. It is somewhere between Lords and Ladies and Night Watch.
Okay.
Both really, really good.
Yeah. And finally, it is I, MeganBob, your host, joining you from the troll-sized glory hole at the back of the Mended Drum.
You would.
Nice. Nice.
Ambitious. Might break my jaw, but some things are fucking worth it.
Yeah.
My favorite Discworld novel is probably Thud. Although I have to mention Small Gods like Dan, and also Monstrous Regiment as maybe the two that left.
God, yeah.
Yeah, just the huge impact on you that you just go, oh.
Yeah, Monstrous Regiment's so fucking good. Oh
and such a one-off. He's just like, I nailed it. I don't have to do it again.
Could have done so much more, too. And it's like, no.
Yeah, he just walked away. Fucking an explosion behind him. He puts on sunglasses and then, that Terry Pratchett.
Of course, given the time of the year, probably a large honorable mention from everybody for Hogfather, the place where the falling angel meets the rising ape.
Oh, how so many characters. So each of us has taken our list of 21 Discians and privately ranked them from most fuckable to least fuckable. And as we go through the list, we'll each give a short explanation of our rankings. But just to keep things Pratchett-y, we each get 3 big fields where we can digress into a longer, but not necessarily more defensible footnote, justifying our choices. Now, if you aren't aware, we have about 40-odd books to get through, so we have to get cracking. But not until we define fuckability. James, would you do the honors?
Fuckability isn't about what they look like. It's about what they fuck like. And I forgot the rest of the thing.
This is okay. This was a pop quiz. I wasn't sure.
Now, James, what sort of assumptions would I have to make were I to evaluate fuckability?
Okay. So we're going to need to create a special scenario in our minds where we are into these people and they are into us, and we have to imagine what it would be like if we were to fuck and how good they would be at it.
Fascinating.
Beautiful. Isn't it? Great idea for a fucking podcast.
Someone should do it.
And with that, we can move into the characters we're ranking today, but not without stopping to pay tribute to those who just didn't quite make the cut in a segment we call Honorable Mentions.
First honorable mention is Two Flower, a naive tourist from the Agatean Empire who decides to visit Ankh-Morpork, a decision that ends with him in numerous dangerous situations, including being a political prisoner back in his homeland. He believes in the inherent goodness of people, which is a shocker, considering he visited Ankh-Morpork, and is a stance that causes Rincewind to consider him, quote, about as intelligent as a pigeon. Look, it's not that we aren't willing to fuck him, it's just that there are other characters who had a bigger claim to fame, so honorable mentions it is.
Number 2 is the Queen of the Elves, sometimes known as Peas Blossom. She's barely in the books overall, but let's just say she leaves a big impression in Lords and Ladies and in We Free Men. According to the Discworld Wikia, her eye color is cruel, which is enough to harden our collective boners, but we just couldn't justify putting her on the list when there are so many other characters who, have some actual characterization beyond mean hot lady, but none the fucking less mean hot lady.
Yeah, mean hot lady.
Mean hot lady, though.
What if mean hot lady?
What if a lady was mean and hot?
Number 3, Bloody Stupid Johnson, a famous inventor of myriad things from a massive organ housed at Unseen University to the, quote, patent Typhoon superior indoor ablutorium with automatic soap dish to a device that becomes the post office mail sorter. He never appears in any of the books directly, but his inventions have left people, well, in a state. Is that state a positive one? Generally not. But it could be. Sadly, despite his adventurous attitude, we could not include him.
I love Discworld so much.
Yeah.
God, Bloody Stupid Johnson.
Bloody Stupid Johnson. I'm glad he's the ultimate rigger, and we'll never know how he ranks. Number 4 is the Knock McFeagle. And yes, all of them. These tiny Scottish fairies are blue, red-haired, they don't have wings, but do spend almost all of their time fighting, thieving, and drinking. How could we have possibly missed this opportunity to fuck our way through an entire village of rowdy Glaswegian smurfs? It's pure oversight. A thing that would almost certainly earn us an arse-kicking from these pint-sized pixies. But look, if that's what it takes to get their attention, I'll take it.
Yeah, for reals. I'd do worse. All right. Now on to the 21 Discworld characters that we will be ranking today. Number 1, Rincewind, a wizard and failed student from Unseen University. Rincewind's true skill is running away from people who want to kill him, usually in the process ending up accidentally running toward other people who also want to kill him. Wherever you find Rincewind, death is usually not far behind, just in case today's the day that Rincewind's luck runs out.
Number 2 is Mustrum Ridcohen, the bombastic head of Unseen University and once paramour of Granny Weatherwax. He lives his life with an intensity that leaves his fellow wizards exhausted and frustrated. He doesn't believe in listening to anything unless people persist in explaining for at least 2 minutes, figuring that if they give up before then, it must not have been very important. Played by Tim Curry, and look, if someone can get us to want to fuck a toxic slime from Fern Gully, I think we have to believe he can get us horny for this boomer energy wizard.
Number 3, Kohen the Barbarian. A geriatric loincloth-wearing warrior with a beard hanging down past his waist and diamond dentures made from troll teeth. He's frequently underestimated because of his advanced age, and is estimated to be somewhere in his 90s. He's unbelievably attractive to nubile young women and has more than a dozen children. Needless to say, this danger peepums can and does get it. Danger peepums.
Number 4, Sam Vimes, the head of the Ankh-Morpork City Watch who believes that no one is above the law. He also believes in ACAB and, therefore, feels the responsibility to make sure that neither he nor anyone he is in charge of causes harm to the community. After marrying Sybil Rampkin, he ends up becoming a member of the aristocracy, a class of people he feels deep disgust for, gradually leading to Vimes taking on a more political role in the disc, a thing he also hates. A cop who's also an aristocrat, who's also a politician, and who hates all 3 of those things. We've got ourselves a real self-loathing turducken here, folks.
Number 5, Lady Sybil Vimes, a Duchess of Ankh-Morpork with a kind disposition, a Wagnerian build, and a penchant for raising swamp dragons. Sybil is the picture of patience, a requirement given that she's married to the ridiculously work-obsessed Sam Vimes, something of a swamp dragon himself. She loves a middle-aged mess of a man, which honestly, same.
Number 6, Carrot Iron Founderson. Raised by and as a dwarf, despite being 6.5 feet tall, Carrot eventually moved to Ankh-Morpork and joined the City Watch, helping to turn it from a disorganized group of ineffectual cowards to something respectable. I guess that's not quite right. Not immediately embarrassing. That feels more like it. Carrot is dedicated and positive in a way that often comes across as simple. And, to be fair, he's not exactly complicated. But who needs complexity when you can punch out a troll?
Number 7, Angua von Uberwald, a gorgeous werewolf and member of the Ankh-Morpork City Watch. Angua was originally hired to the Watch as part of Veninari's affirmative action plan, which they needed more undead in the ranks. Angua has proven to be one of the most effective members of the Watch, quickly rising up the ranks to captain. She really tries to distance herself from her werewolf family, which, when you consider that her brother decided to spend the rest of his life as a sheepdog, sounds entirely reasonable.
Number 8, Nobby Nobbs. He's been on the Watch with Vimes since the beginning, despite being something of a kleptomaniac. His romantic life has been colorful, as he's been associated with a fishmonger, an exotic dancer, and now has settled down with a goblin. Often mistaken for a dwarf because of his short stature, Nobby is untidy, smelly, and perpetually has a cigarette butt tucked behind one ear, giving new meaning to the phrase, "he nasty."
Number 9, Cherie Littlebottom. Cheery, but pronounced Cherie Littlebottom, is the forensics expert on the Watch, ranking below Vimes and Detritus. She's a close friend to Angua, who is the first to find out that Cherie is actually female. As Pratchett puts it, for dwarves, gender is more or less optional. But Cherie comes to embrace her femininity and comes out as a woman, leading other progressive dwarves to do the same. Pratchett says, trans rights.
He absolutely does.
He sure does.
He does.
Read Monstrous Regiment.
Yeah.
Number 10, Detritus. A troll formerly employed as a splatterer, a more forceful version of a bouncer. Detritus later becomes a watchman employed by the Ankh-Morpork City Watch, where he's known for wielding a siege weapon he's repurposed into a heavy crossbow. When this troll's knocking, you probably have to get a replacement door. And also wall.
Number 11, Lord Havelock Vetinari. The cold and calculating patrician of Ankh-Morpork who runs this city with a clear-eyed, unsentimental efficiency. Despite what is everything would seemingly indicate, Vetinari isn't actually power-hungry, he just legitimately loves his city and wants what's best for it. So keep that in mind when you're ranking him. If your ideal lover is one who wants to run everything about you with brutal, uncompromising efficiency, and if AO3 is any indication, there are lots of people for whom that is the case, he's your man.
Number 12, Moist von Lipwig, a shameless, thrill-seeking conman whose antics landed him in the thankless position of Postmaster General for Ankh-Morpork. The alternative was execution. Despite his best efforts and to his own great irritation, he constantly finds himself doing good and helping others. Still manages to embezzle the post office's pension fund at some point. In keeping with his willingness to live dangerously, he's romantically involved with Adora Belle Deerheart.
Number 13, Adora Belle Deerheart. A cynical, irritable chain smoker whose family was done wrong in a business deal for the emerging Clax network. She has a sarcastic sense of humor and speaks candidly, even to Lord Vetinari, who enjoys baiting her to watch the results. And yes, cigarettes may be hazardous to your health, but not as hazardous as trying to get Adora Belle to give them up.
Number 14, Cut Me Own Throat Dibbler. An ethically dubious salesman of meat byproducts. His prices start low, but he's always willing to go lower. Even, and especially, if it's cutting his own throat in the process. He shows up all over the Discworld novels, to say nothing of his numerous relatives, doppelgangers, and equivalents. He's probably not the only one on the list hawking questionable sausage, but he's definitely the most upfront about it.
Number 15, Esmeralda Granny Weatherwax. A member of the Lonker Witch Coven, where, along with Garlic the Maiden and Og the Mother, Weatherwax serves the role of the other one. While Granny is a master of witchcraft, she much prefers to use headology to solve her problems, which primarily consists of her having and exploiting a profound understanding of the human mind. Well, that and having a tiny kitten asleep on her head under her hat. Which is adorable, but, and we cannot stress that enough, do not ever say this to her face.
Number 16, Githa Nanny Ogg, the second member of the Lanker Coven. In many ways, she's the opposite to the surly Weatherwax. Nanny has been married 5 times, had 15 children, and regularly overeats, overdrinks, sings bawdy songs, and writes books which, despite ostensibly being about things like snacks and nursery rhymes, are secretly Discworld's version of the Kama Sutra. For more on that, you'll have to wait for Hard Choices nursery rhymes. Bob, I know that's a joke, but like, anytime you joke about a Hard Choices episode,
No,
it
that's
just...
not a joke.
Okay.
That's
It's
not
a
a joke.
ha-ha unless.
That's a threat. That's a promise.
For sure.
There we go.
Number 17, Magrat Garlic. The third and youngest witch in the Lanker Coven, Magrat is thin, frizzy-haired, and has been described by Weatherwax as a wet hen. She mostly retires from the Coven when she marries the King of Lanker, but still shows a badass side, helping repel an invasion of elves. As for what flavor of witch she is, she's basically your New Age crystal lover. But hey, whomst among us doesn't love a shiny rock?
Number 18, Grebo. He's usually Nanny Ogg's dangerous, scar-covered tomcat. And by that I do mean actual cat. And the purported father of every kitten in Lanker. However, in Witches Abroad and Masquerade, we see him as a human man. Still covered in scars, wearing a swashbuckling amount of leather, and radiating an aura of raw sex that can be felt several rooms away. Finally, a cat boy for the monster fuckers.
Number 19, Death. Discworld's own affable version of the Grim Reaper. Despite being the embodiment of demise, Death feels a strong connection to humans and has developed an affinity for things like cats, music, and, presumably, given his speech patterns, the caps lock key.
Number 20, Susan Stow-Hellett. Death's granddaughter via his adopted daughter, Isabel. Despite not having a direct blood connection to Death, Susan has still inherited a number of his abilities, such as invisibility and phasing. She has no real interest in the supernatural, however, instead taking up a career as a teacher. This does absolutely nothing to keep her from being dragged into various magical adventures, much to her chagrin. Such is the life of a Discworld protagonist.
And finally, number 21, the luggage. A large chest made of sapient pearwood, capable of movement via the sprouting of hundreds of tiny legs. The luggage is the ideal companion for the world traveler, as it can contain potentially infinite pocket dimensions in which to store one's belongings. It always finds its owner, even if it means breaking through walls, swimming across oceans, or somehow crossing between universes. And it will mercilessly devour anyone who threatens its master. All right, I think that's enough necessary exposition. Let's get into the action, and we'll start, as we always do, not on page 1, but dead center in the middle of the plot with our median, in this case, our number 11. Dan, who is your number 11?
My number 11 is Adorabelle Dearheart. Now, this is one of those cases where there's a stark divide between how enjoyable the act itself would be and how unpleasant everything else around it would be. Now, normally I'm totally down for a fearless, no-nonsense woman who knows what she wants and is willing to ride you until she gets it. Unfortunately, Adora is not just a smoker, she is a chain smoker. I do believe the sex would be good, it would probably be great, but the smell and taste side of things would be vile. And not to mention, I would have to stop every few seconds to just get it, cough it out of my system. Because make no mistake, she is smoking the whole time. The only person who was able to get her to stop smoking even for a little bit was the librarian. And I am many things, but I am not an orangutan.
Annie, who's your number 11?
Well, I built my list very carefully around this decision. My number 11 is Moist von Lipwig.
Oh.
Because he is a guy who looks like a character creation engine set to all middle sliders. That's just canonical. So I have to believe his sexual performance is also on middle sliders. He doesn't fuck. He doesn't make love. He just has sexual intercourse. He copulates. He might fool you into feeling more satisfied than you actually are, but by the time he's gone, you realize, actually, you barely felt anything. And also, your wallet is gone?
My number 11 is Susan Stow-Hellett. I know. I know. That's
how many top shooters there are.
There's passion and self-possession in there, but I, MeganBob, just have no sense of how to access it. She is a bit of peanut butter, and I am the dog desperately trying to figure out how to physically crawl into the jar to get it. James, you're number 11.
I also built my list around what I decided.
Oh, wow.
Should be, and that is Magrat Garlic.
Yeah, okay.
I think Magrat is exactly in the middle of the road. She is, in many ways, a romantic, but she is also somebody who is determined to get in her own way, no matter what is at stake. So I think even if I were inviting Magrat to heights that she had never dreamed of, I think she would trip along the way. But you couldn't resent her for that. You could only feel some affection for her over it.
All right, I'm going to go for number 12. My number 12 is Adorabelle Dearheart. Again, I understand, there's a lot to love here. She would ride me hard and throw me out as soon as she was done with me, which is weirdly compelling. Also, as much as I am afraid of how much the healing process would so fucking suck, I have low-key always wanted someone to put a cigarette out on me. And I actually enjoy the taste of smoker mouth. I think it's sexy. It's sexy and nasty. It's gross. Do I think that the sex itself would be particularly good as such? Maybe not unless there was an actual emotional connection. However, Your Honor, I must also submit into evidence mean hot lady. Mean hot lady, though.
Mean hot lady, though.
Yeah.
That's always worth a few rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. James, you're number 12.
My number 12 is surprisingly detritus.
Mm.
And I had to put him here because I cannot foresee a situation where I hook up with detritus and don't walk away with some kind of permanent injury. I'll be lucky if I walk away at all. But I think he's a real goddamn sweetheart and kind of a complex emotional being beneath it. I think his ideal sexual situation is unfortunately in a freezer, which is tough. That's the only time that I would trust him enough not to murder me with his huge and powerful body. But that also means I'm fucking cold. That's not ideal at all.
All right. Dan, as the other cold hater on this podcast, who is your number 12?
My number 12 is death. It's weird that the actual Grim Reaper is the closest thing this list has to a normal person fuck, but yeah, them's the breaks. I think death would be into the idea of fucking, but it's different from other characters on this list like Grebo, who are just madly, insatiably horny. Like, death would be into sex just because, like, he gets a good amount of enjoyment out of any chance to, like, experience people and just kind of learn all their different facets, you know? Like, he'd be interested in sex, but he'd be equally as interested in, like, you know, figure skating or base jumping or glass blowing or, like, taking a spaceship to the edge of a black hole or, like, going shopping for nail polish, you know? Just, like, just a pleasant little, sure, why not?
All right. Annie, who's your number 12?
It's also death.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, first off, let's just get this joke out of the way. The main problem is that to this particular anthropomorphic personification, the little death mostly just means the death of rats.
Yeah.
Oh.
He can come along too. He can hang
come
out.
along too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can hang. Look, what it comes down to is that you have to consider the toilet in Death's house. That's something that I always come back to all the time is the toilet in Death's house. It's a regular looking porcelain thing. He doesn't use the toilet, but he knows that a house should have a toilet in it. The plumbing in the back, it's solid. He knows that pipes come out of the toilet, but it's not what they're for, nor how they work, so they're just solid cylinders. Because Death has been a very long time observing humans, but he very rarely understands them, despite his best efforts, and I think his attempts at sex would be the same. Even if he's able to perform all of the acts that you're supposed to, and honestly, the jury's kind of out on that, because I think he probably understands it as gyrate hips until someone screams. I don't think he would be able to really participate emotionally the way that you need a partner to, just on the very basic level of sex. Like, I think he would try because he's certainly capable of love, but I don't think he's capable of sensuality or passion.
All right, we move on now to number 13. James, you're number 13.
My number 13 is Cohen the Barbarian.
Oh, wow.
I think that I have to take a lot of these characters at where they are in their story. There's some of them I'm like trying to take a whole life perspective. I think there's definitely a time in his life where he would rank higher on the list. He is definitely someone who is led by passion, but I almost consider this like pretty close to a normal person fuck, as others have discussed. It's just like, yeah, he's an adventurer who breaks in, topples the evil empire, and then has sex with all of the nubile ladies around. That's not interesting in a lot of ways, and it's clear, based on his many character arcs, that that's never his focus either. Like, that's just something he does because it's part of doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, Annie, you're number 13.
I think people are going to be mad at me for this one, but hear me out.
Exciting.
Okay.
Sam Vimes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Sam Vimes is a character, like he's this fascinating study in morality. He's so interesting. His stories are always great. His perspective as someone who struggles, for whom goodness is a conscious choice, a deliberate action. It makes him so compelling, but hand to God, I keep trying to imagine how this man fucks. Or if he even has much of an interest in it at all, and I keep coming up blank. It's not that I think Sam Vimes is a bad lover, but I think it's so far down on his list of priorities that it's something he largely does because he loves his wife, not because he really enjoys sex all that much by itself. So what I'm getting at is, I think Sam Vimes is asexual, and when you have one allosexual person in the mix and one asexual person, that's something where you can find a middle ground on. But if it's me and Sam Vimes in a room, that's two aces trying to pretend they're definitely interested in sex, and we would just be there trying to figure out, like, when our sex drives might sync up enough to attempt intercourse, and it would just be a completely useless experience we could both spend doing better things.
Wow, what an interesting, compelling.
Oh, interesting. I'm hearing the quotes there.
No, it is. I like it.
It is. It's interesting. It is not how I see him, obviously, and we'll talk about it later. But I think a good fucking pitch.
Yeah. I can totally see that. That is a valid read.
Yeah. My number 13 is Cherie Littlebottom. I am historically bad with femmes who bottom, and Cherie is probably a femme who bottoms. But she's a trans girl. And as an NB, I'm mostly T for T when it comes to femmes. I would love to make her feel like a fucking princess. Now, the problem, I do not have a clue how to do that. However, Claire has promised to Cyrano de Bergerac me, so I think, fingers fucking crossed, I can make this happen. Claire, really counting on you here. Okay, Dan, you're number 13.
My number 13 is also Cherie Littlebottom.
Oh, hey.
And this is a big feels for me.
Oh, wow.
All right.
My first thought was that as a dwarf exploring what it means to be a woman for the first time, I think it would be fun to let her lean into being really feminine. You know, like, take her on a date. Like, let her wear a pretty dress. Like, I would go out of my way to do broad romantic gestures that emphasize her as a woman in a relationship with a man. Like what Bob was saying, but with me, I'm like, I know how to do that. I've been doing that for a long time, you know? And like, obviously it goes without saying that, like, you know, being locked into a stereotypical gender role within the bounds of a presumed heterosexual relationship is like among the more pernicious things that everyone kind of has to grapple with these days. But like, when those roles and actions are a choice that you make for yourself because they make you feel validated, and when your partner knows that about you and they lean into it, like, that can be really exhilarating, really freeing. So all that stuff is great. All that said, I don't really know how that would translate specifically into the bedroom. And more broadly speaking, I'm not really sure how dwarf sex even works, given how uncomfortable they seem to be about recognizing any differences between the sexes to begin with. Like,
and you think she's a real traditionalist?
I'm just saying, I don't think she's operating from a position of knowledge about what the alternatives are. I'm sure she'd be open-minded about it. I just think that, like, there's going to be a lot of fumbling around at first. But I think we could have some fun with it. Now, like, there is also the fact that, like, if you tell her you're gonna fuck her brains out, she's gonna put on a helmet because, like, you know, dwarves are pretty intensely literal-minded, so as a species, I hate to say it, they are a whole bunch of sexual Amelia Bedelias.
That can be quite dangerous. Yeah.
All right, we move on now to number 14. My number 14 is detritus. He does not have the imagination, really, to have anything other than very straightforward sex. But I have no idea what troll sex is, and I am somewhat afraid to find out. However, my collection of bad dragons will attest that being afraid has never stopped me before. Also, what does troll cum taste like? As a blowjob scientist, I have to fucking know. This is important. Cutting edge research.
Oh, I was
like a salt lick.
I was thinking it was
A salt
magma,
lick.
and like
Ooh,
we would discover
scary.
Bob's corpse with like a giant hole
The
burned in
danger
their
come.
stomach, and we just say, you know what? It's how they would have wanted to go.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Annie, you're number 14.
My number 14 is Granny Weatherwax.
Okay.
So this is kind of a big feels. I'm trying to imagine the conceit of she's into you, and that means that I'm Esmeralda Weatherwax's choice for a first-time partner.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Granny can touch a unicorn. Can you imagine the kind of pressure that comes with Granny Weatherwax, greatest witch of the Ramtops, greatest witch the disc has ever seen, and she's decided that in her old age, she wants a sexual partner, and it's you. And she'd have... Oh boy, she'd have a lot of criticism for exactly what she wants and how she wants it done, but she wouldn't tell you directly. She would just be like, oh, that's how you're doing that. I see.
Oh.
She wouldn't tell you directly. She'd make you try to suss it out, and God help you if you got it wrong, or even worse, if you got it right. But here's what the worst part would be. You're going at it.
Yeah.
You think you finally got something. You think you got it figured out. You found a good rhythm. Things feel right. And I mean, it must be going well because she hasn't said anything to you to criticize you in a few minutes. She's gone quiet. And then you take a breath, you look up, and God damn it, she's got the sign in her hands. And it says, I ate and orgasmed. And of course she's gone borrowing because she'd rather be a swarm of bees than be present than when you're trying to have sex with Esme Weatherwax.
Incredible, Annie.
And this is why I can't remember anything.
All right, James, who is your number 14?
My number 14 is our dear friend Death. I think this is actually an incredible thing if you're after a very specific kind of experience. I think it's like fucking the robot who wants to understand the curious emotion that you humans call love, but 10,000 times over.
Okay.
I do, and like, because the whole thesis of the Death books is that like he is fully personified, he does have the full emotional range, that like obviously it's going to be there if he goes looking for it and you go looking for it. I think there is also a hint of the forbidden in this, because Death has done many things. He is fascinated by life, he has fostered life, but he's never engaged in the act that creates life. And I think that might be an interesting parallel for him to cross. That might be somewhat emotionally fraught. And we know that there's horniness in there. If there are conflicting emotions, you can get really horny about it. But that's a specific narrative. You have to be in a very particular mood. So I think, generally speaking, straightforwardly, it's got to rank low.
All right, Dan, you're number 14.
So my number 14 is Sam Vimes. Annie, I think your take on him is terrific. Mine is slightly different. I think he is a natural born bottom who has somehow convinced himself he needs to be on top. Now,
oh, yeah, okay.
Now, in the process, he's become a passable, if workmanlike top, but he really just needs someone who can force him to sit back, relax, and take a large cock / strap on. Now, he's not good if you are looking to be served.
Yes.
He is terrific if you are a giver and you want the opportunity to give a very sad, stressed man a moment of simple happiness.
Can't wait to see where he ranks.
All right, we move on now to number 15. My number 15 is Granny Weatherwax. Very similar to Annie. I cannot fathom what I would have to do in this life to be the person that takes the virginity of Esmeralda Weatherwax. I am a coward, James. But let's assume that a miracle has happened. It is going to be awkward, and she will hate that. I, on the other hand, will love that. a thing that will make her furious, which in this context will only be more adorable. Somehow, this terrible Ouroboros will culminate in orgasm, which I think she will enjoy despite herself, but she will not admit it. And then she will kick me out because she will never share a bed with anybody ever. That is not in her nature.
Yeah.
Probably this is not good sex by any accepted scientific metric, but absolutely unforgettable, which that is not nothing. Dan, you're number 15.
Sorry, I was making a note for let's unpack that. No reason.
Ooh,
All
yay.
right. My number 15 is Lord Vetinari. This is a man who has analyzed each and every one of your kinks, turn-ons, and fetishes, and will enact them in precisely the right order with startling efficiency. The physical pleasure that you will receive will be exactly what is needed to induce orgasm. But boy howdy, do I not relish the idea of being in an intimate situation with someone who is so composed, calm, and nonverbal that he routinely gets people to confess simply because they are made so uncomfortable by his presence that they will say anything to fill the silence. Like, physically satisfying, emotionally terrifying.
Annie, you're number 15.
Number 15 for me is the luggage, and my reasons are thus. 4 box, 4 box, 4 box, 4 box, box full of 4. That's it.
Well said.
Well argued, counselor.
All right, James, you're number 15.
My number 15 is Adorabelle Dearheart. Yeah, okay. I think rightfully she shouldn't be this low on the list, but she's not ranking higher because there's so much tobacco in her system. And it's not just that kissing her obviously is going to taste like every cigarette in the world, but I think she smokes so much that if you eat her pussy, it also tastes like cigarettes.
Yeah.
There's probably smoke coming out of there, you know?
I think if you go to fuck her, it's going to have a numbing sensation because nicotine is going to leach out of her system in yours. There's just too much physically in the way, preventing this extremely mean lady from being a good experience, which is so very sad.
It is tragic. All right. We move on to number 16. Annie, you're number 16.
Please imagine the seduction ritual of Magrat garlic. The new agey meditations you do together to get your chakras into alignment.
Yes.
Look like she knows what a chakra is. The breathing exercises. The aphrodisiacs she made herself with herbs. And somehow you make it through all of the pre-sex warm-up, you're ready to go, you're poised to go balls deep or up to the knuckle or whatever inside Magrat garlic. And right as you are at the threshold, you hear the little jingle bells. And you look over to discover the man in the jester hat sitting politely in the corner. Because King Varent, second of his name, is politely interested and happy to be cucked.
Yeah.
And now you have to do a whole lot of calculus to figure out exactly how worth it this is going to be before you bail and make directly for Hodges Arg's hut in hopes of salvaging this very, very weird night.
We've entered one of my favorite recurring segments in a Hard Choices episode, which is Annie imagines what other weirdo is present. Like, you did that in the Dragon Ball episode, and I loved it. It was perfect.
Oh, so good. So good. Dan, you're number 16.
So my number 16 is Sybil Vimes.
Oh.
This is a woman who has set herself the goal of being the world's greatest service switch. Unfortunately, she's terrible at it. If the history of the tasks that she does on Sam's behalf are any indication, like, you know, such as consistently making and burning the shit out of breakfast, or darning his socks to the point that they become unwearable, she will do what she believes you want with full willingness, full enthusiasm, and will do so badly and obliviously. Like, she absolutely gets points on my list for trying, for having a positive attitude. That's about it.
Wow.
Okay, James and I are going to have to stay quiet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. James, you're number 16.
My number 16 is Mustrum Ridcully.
Wow. Okay.
And he's here under protest.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be lower. But I have to be objective about this. If you made him care about sex, he would be so frustratingly good at it. If you fucked this guy, you would become maddeningly addicted to him. Cursing yourself on the long, winding way through the halls of Unseen University to his bedchamber, where he is waiting behind the door. Splayed out across his bed in some terrible room.
Yeah.
It is a curse. You'll have a good time, but it is a curse.
My number 16 is Cut Me Own Throat Dibbler. I can't shake the feeling that he's going to give me something that very nearly, technically, almost could be construed as sex. Now, I don't know what that would be, but I am fascinated to find out. On to number 17. Dan, you're number 17.
So my number 17 is Margaret Garlick.
Oh, yeah.
Look, there's submissive, and then there's turning into a deer in headlights when your partner starts to undress. Like, if you have a kink for nervous sweating and apology play, like, she's your girl. It's not my thing.
All right. My number 17 is also Margaret Garlick. Earnest and sweet. Maybe there are some candles and crystals or a tarot reading before, which I can totally get into. Love a tarot card. Gorgeous.
There'd be tarot, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the 7 of Cups means in sex terms, but she does. Got that covered.
I think it would be tarot.
Tarot, you're right.
I don't think she pulls tarot. She pulls tarot.
You're right.
I think you're right.
I'm a fool. Is it going to be good? Well, her badassery up against the Elf Queen suggests that she has something in her. She's got something. However, the fact that she chose a wow boobs who is also possibly a cum in the eye guy, almost certainly a cum in the eye guy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Suggests that she is looking for gentle, affectionate, and romantic, which is great if you're a Hallmark card. James, you're number 17.
My number 17, and again, I've done this under protest, is Esmeralda Granny.
Yeah.
I really, really struggled with this because I also imagined the scenario that you all did.
Yeah.
Being a person that Esme has chosen to explore sexuality with. And I think that if that scenario were to happen, I think it would actually be fantastic. It would have all of the drawbacks that you would expect it to have that people have already named. Yes, you are going to be dancing on the razor's edge in terms of your confidence. But I think if Esme Weatherwax wants to put her mind to something, she'd be the best in the world at it. Unfortunately, as we learned in Lords and Ladies, Esme did not do that. She doesn't value love and sex, and there is no way to make her care. Any version of her that does is just fundamentally a different person. If we accept the scenario that she is into you and you are into her, that's not Granny Weatherwax. And I know that's the exercise of the show, but Granny, time and time again, has broken the world to remain who she is. So, yeah, you're just not getting at that. And still, somebody who rewrites the universe around you not having sex with her is higher than people who appear lower.
Yeah, you still got 4 more to go, bud.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how much I fucking respect that.
Yeah. Truth. All right. Annie, you're number 17.
You know, sort of piggybacking off of James there, it's mine is Mustrum Ridcully. And he appears as number 17 on my list and not lower because this man has come closer to fucking Esme Weatherwax than any of us have ever dared. And I have to believe that means something. But for the life of me, I will not fuck a disc wizard. Not even once. Not even once.
And that includes people who play Ultimate Weapon.
James, that's excellent.
Oh, fuck.
Annie, you're number 18.
My 18 is Cohen the Barbarian.
Oh,
and
shit.
like, again, another one. He's not at the very bottom of my list because, like, listen, I get it. Barbarians.
Yeah.
Barbarians who spend a lot of time slaying wizards and giant snakes and whatever. I get it. Crush your enemies, see them driven before on you, lamentations, etc. But he's also like 1,000,000 years old, and I think he might accidentally somehow crush my entire pussy with the diamond troll dentures. I don't know how, but he would. And it wouldn't be the fun kind of crushing.
Yeah. Don't like that.
Don't like it.
Dan, you're number 18.
So my number 18 is Cut Me on Throat Dibbler. He's going to try to sell me something during, like...
Yeah.
And I famously cannot maintain an erection in the presence of aggressive salespeople. Like, you know, the sausages he puts on display are infamously terrible. What am I supposed to think of the sausage he keeps hidden from shame most of the time, you know?
Oh, Chapamolo.
No. I'm leaving this show forever now.
All right. James, after that curse you laid upon us, who's your number 18?
Rincewind.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd be a great sub, but no, he's a fucking coward. He can't enjoy anything, even if it's really good sex, with me. He would run away. He would run away, whether it is because he thought he might die, because obviously I would have sex with Rincewind in a scary way. There's no other way to enjoy it. But also, I think if there's anything authentic, like a true connection to come from it, he would also run away from that. I just feel like whether it's good or bad, Rincewind would run away from it, and that's part of his self-preservation instinct.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if he found a shred of happiness in this brutal disc of a world, it would immediately come with terrible, terrible consequences. But still, you gotta face that. You gotta face that.
Yeah.
To be with me? To be with me?
Yeah, James
No,
D'Amato?
sir.
Come on. All right. My number 18 is also Rincewind, and this is Big Feels. So, there was definitely a time when I looked at this hot mess and thought, yum! I was like 21 years old.
Bob.
And my personal heroine was middle-aged men who couldn't get their shit together. And yes, yeah, I know. Don't say it. I know that in many ways, still my personal heroine. But the difference now, discernment. Some hot messes can give you the fuck of a lifetime. Sometimes it's more fun to give the fuck of a lifetime than receive it. But Rincewind can give me neither. It's not that I do not yearn for this disaster in some way. It's that he lives his life like a desperately terrified feeder mouse. He knows it is only ever chance that keeps him from being the one fed to the snake of death. I simply do not have the patience to convince him that my pussy is not a trap. Also, I can't guarantee that my pussy isn't a trap. So maybe he's right to be suspicious. But the point is, he's gonna fuck me like someone trying to disarm a bomb when all he wants to do is run away. That's not a no. That's an I wish I could fuck what my 21-year-old self longed to get out of him, but never can. On to number 19. James, you're number 19.
My number 19 is the luggage and you die. That's the problem with it, is you're dead.
Beautiful, beautiful. My number 19 is also the luggage. The thing is, not really into feet. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I have been into feet, but it was real goddamn contextual. I'm just not innately a feet guy. And that's kind of what I'm working with here. would I fuck someone who was maniacally obsessed with following me and ready to kill for me? Yeah, obviously I would, of course. If I was mostly having to do foot stuff, yeah, I guess. And this is not to yuck a yum. If you are into feet, I'm jealous, honestly. Like, you're like a mantis.
Into feet, sure.
Yeah, if you're like a mantis shrimp, you can see colors I can't see. I just have to live understanding that I can't get what it is that's so goddamn special about feet. So for me, if it's just sex with a weird little guy with weird little feet.
You're telling me, Bob, you've never looked at a perfect pair of feet and just thought to yourself, if only these were like significantly smaller and there were about 1 million of them.
You know, unbelievably, that has not happened.
Haven't met the right guy yet, I guess.
That's what it is. All right, Dan, you're number 19.
My number 19 is Ridcully.
Yeah.
Ridcully is basically Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt was an American president, and American presidents are, by definition, unfuckable.
That's fair.
All right, Annie, you're number 19.
I'm actually sort of piggybacking off of a lot of folks' number 18. My 19 is Rincewind. Very much the same kind of things about just the cowardly runaway shit as everybody else. He's definitely the ideal, pathetic, greasy rat man.
Yeah.
But he's not, but that's not for me because, as before, not even once. Not even once.
You're so much better than me.
That's praxis.
All right, we move on now to number 20. Annie, who's your number 20?
It's Nobby Knobs.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Like, look, he most likely carries papers signed by Lord Vetinari that say, following affidavits from the midwife and a doctor, I can confirm that the bearer's genitalia is, in all probability, a penis.
Oh, no.
I don't want to see whatever unquantifiable mangled claw hammer rests between the legs of Nobby Knobs.
Yeah. My number 20 is also Nobby Knobs.
Bob, I don't even know you anymore.
The only thing I want oozing on me during sex is cum. I just don't have the level of tolerance for gross that Nobby is. And I love gross sex. I am a gross person.
Sure.
I mean, yes, I could do it, but I would need to get kind of drunk to get over the fact that I think sucking his dick would leave a film on my tongue.
Oh, no!
Yeah! A film!
Oh, no!
It would be as though he were wearing a condom.
Oh, no! Oh, no! No!
My 20 is also Nobby Knobs.
Oh, go off!
Nobby Knobs. Look, there is the instinct to comedically say, yes, the grossest little weasel man on the list is actually secretly great, but as we learned in Jingo, that comedy logic does not apply to Nobby. If he cross-dresses, he's very homely, and that's true. If he fucks, it's gross.
Yeah.
That's true. That's Nobby Knobs. We can't deny the truth, and we wish him the best.
Yeah, absolutely we do. Hope he and his fucking goblin lady so happy together.
Yeah.
All right.
Bless them.
Dan, you're number 20.
So my number 20 is Granny Weatherwax. You know, like, I know that the decision-making on this show is like 99% vibes, but like sometimes you just gotta go with the facts when we seize them. And as everyone has more or less touched upon now, like, Esme Weatherwax is a 90-year-old virgin. And like, I don't think that like someone who's a virgin is inherently unfuckable, and her age doesn't really factor into it for me. The nail in the coffin is her attitude. Like, you know, we've talked about like trying to envision a scenario in which sex with Granny happens. And that's the hardest hurdle for me to get over, because like, I just picture like trying to get her in the mood, you know, like trying to put some moves on her, like suggest we go back to my place. And like, she just puckers up her face, Like, she just tried one of Cut Me On Throat Dibbler's sausages, and she just shakes her head and she says, oh, I can't be having with that kind of thing, you know? Like, if she hasn't had sex by now, she's not interested, and she's not the sort of person who changes her mind.
Yeah.
You can't even get her naked. She's got 3
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's true. All right, this is it. The bottom of the fucking list. Our number 21s. Okay. I don't have a surprise. I put Mustrum Ridcully here.
For you, that is kind of surprising.
Yeah, you're right. I guess for me that is surprising. The thing is, I would love Mustrum Ridcully to be great. I really would. And I love James's vision of it. That's what I'm going to believe in my heart. But what I think in my head is I'm going to get some ineffectual fumbling and probably called MeganBob because he didn't bother listening whenever I introduce myself. And then he'll come and he'll leave to make himself a sandwich without offering me so much as a fucking washcloth. Hate it. Although, don't totally hate MeganBob. That's my crime name now. All right. James, who is your 21?
Hey, it's Cut Me On Throat Dibbler. You would die. You would fully die. This is a man who is a purveyor of suspect sausages that give you parasites which kill you, and that would still happen with this particular sausage.
Ooh. Yikes. Yikes. Ugh. All right, Annie, you're number 21.
It's also Cut Me On Throat Dibbler.
Smart.
I don't even want one of this man's sausages in a non-euphemistic context.
All right, Dan, you're number 21.
My number 21 is Detritus.
Oh, wow.
You know, there's something nice about, like, an uncomplicated buddy fuck, and that's his primary draw, as far as I see it. Unfortunately, given our respective sizes and positions on the Mohs hardness scale, I don't see the physical element of this to be all that appealing. And also, he often seeks to lower his body temperature in order to become more intelligent.
Oh.
And you know what that means. Cold hands and feet. No, thank you.
It's gonna be cold.
He's going to be a chilly boy.
He is.
Yeah, it's true.
He's either chilly or he's dumb. And you know which one I prefer, so.
All right. We've come to the end of our worst options for a night out in Discworld. We're at the end of our little black book, having explored fucks better left unfucked. But we are adventurers, explorers, and basically thirsty little freaks who don't know when to quit. So, we turn our attention to the top half of the list. James, who is your number 10?
My number 10 is Susan Stowe-Hellish.
Yeah, good for you.
I love a worldly and powerful woman. Susan is cool. I think there are a lot of hurdles for her to be, like, really in touch with herself and another person. So I think ultimately, whatever sex that you have with her is not earth-shaking, but you're also gonna love every moment with her if she lets you get close.
See, you believe in yourself. That's the difference. Not me.
Bob, I don't believe in myself. I know.
Oh, shit! Shit! Even more powerful. All right. Annie, you're number 10.
So my number 10 is Dorabelle Deerheart, and I absolutely agree with everybody else here talking about the smoking thing. However, she smokes, and smoking in real life is not sexy. It's bad for you. Don't do it. It's not a turn on for me. But smoking in fiction is hot as hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will say smoking looks sexy on film, so like you can't argue with that.
And sort of when I see a fictional character smoking, it sort of transports it into the space where, like, you know how cartoon pizza probably tastes?
Oh, yeah.
You know how the leaves in The Land Before Time probably taste?
Yeah.
This is fictional smoking, and therefore, it's fine. She could put up that cigarette holder down to her pussy lips and take a big drag, and that would probably also taste fine. She's not the most intimidating, scary woman I'd basically do anything for in the Discworld, but she's intimidating and scary, and I'd do anything for her, and it would probably involve some actual boot licking because those things are also scary boots, and I'm not above that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right, Dan, you're number 10.
Big feels. Cohen the Barbarian.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
All right.
I wanted to put him higher initially. Like, he's fathered enough children to meaningfully shift the direction of Discworld's overall gene pool. And a man who's had that much sex has surely picked up something useful along the way. But also, those were the actions of a younger man. And now, he's a mean old cuss who hates the world and wants to punch out the gods. I don't think current day Cohen is like all that interested in having good, meaningful sex, at least not to the degree that he was in his youth. However, if you bust out a blindfold, you can do some elaborate role play in which he finally has the god Blind Io at his mercy. And at long last can let loose some of that pent-up rage. Now, you won't be able to walk for a week afterwards, and will probably need to stop by the ER real quick on your way home, but boy, oh boy, will it be memorable.
Wow. That's good. All right. My number 10 is Carrot Iron Founderson. Maybe a little low for Carrot.
First time he's appeared on this list.
Yes.
That's
first
true.
Appearance. A tall, beefy guy that can bench press me. I think he's a complete service top. Does everything he can to give you a wonderful time. Even cooks you mac and cheese afterwards. Will this mac and cheese have healthy vegetables in it? Because he's a good boy who does that kind of thing. Almost certainly. But we make allowances. Much more fun. I think he would make a glorious sub. The level of perfect obedience, a thing of beauty. Some men born to wear a crown. Some men born to wear a ball gag. He just happens to be both. All right. We move on to number 9. Dan, you're number 9.
So my number 9, also first time this character's appearing on the list, is Grebo.
Oh, shit.
You could fit a continent into the gulf between how many times this dude wants to have sex with you and how much he cares about your experience during said sex. Not to say he's not skilled, and not to say you won't enjoy most of the times that he fucks you, but he's going for quantity over quality. And the only quality he cares about lands squarely on his side of the experience.
All right. I'm going to go with my number 9, Cohen the Barbarian. A short, scar-covered man who can bench press me. Beautiful. He has no idea what BDSM is, and I don't think he'd understand if I explained it. But he can still probably bend me in half, so number 9 it is. James, you're number 9.
My number 9 is Moist Von Litving.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it's anything special, but you remember it as magical. And at the end of the day, that's kind of an important part of what sex is what you carry away with it and how you remember it.
Yeah. All right. Annie, you're number 9.
Bear with me. It's detritus.
Oh.
Now, I'm not always one of the bolder guests on hard choices, but I really dig the idea of getting pounded by a living carved dildo.
Yeah!
Detritus is just such a gem of a guy. I mean, he wouldn't rock my world, but I'll grant it you it'd be a sentimental experience. How many times do I want this rock to tumble me? 1 too many lots!
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Annie.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
I hate it,
Thank
but
you.
it's outstanding.
I love it.
I'll be here all week.
Annie, you're a diamond.
Oh.
Tip your servers, folks.
Oh, shit. All right. We move on now to number 8. Dan, you're number 8.
I'm discovering, being the one who is monitoring the list, that I am the outlier on this episode in many ways. My number 8 is Nobby Knobs.
All right.
Okay.
Brave man.
all right.
And
bud.
I realize
Let's go.
how weird it is that I put this dude exactly 1 slot above Grebo. But to my mind, like, no two characters could be further apart in terms of their approaches to sex. Now, I'm not going to lie, like, the smell is going to be an issue. I think there's a non-zero chance there's a film on his dick, as Bob pointed out. But, like, the thing about Knobs is he's been so unsuccessful in romance, despite his many attempts, that when he finally does manage to score, it's going to be with an enthusiasm that is honestly difficult to imagine. Like,
Yeah.
Is there going to be any finesse and skill to it? No, absolutely not. But like, if you want a solid C- who will be down for anything you want to do as many times as you want to do it, he's your man.
Yeah.
Or your woman, because as James mentioned, you know, he cross-dresses in Jingo. I think you could get some like interesting gender play stuff out of him, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. All right. James, you're number 8.
My number 8 is Grebo. And Dan, I think it's so interesting that you placed him so close to Cohen the Barbarian, because I actually see those two as different sides of the same coin. Grebo carries a lot of that barbarian energy, which I think, I'm obviously putting Grebo on the higher side of this coin. I think Grebo is kind of the most pure and ideal real life actualized CNC scenario. He is a force of nature that is giving you permission to give in to your secret desires by forcing you to experience them.
Yeah.
You can't deny that you are into him. He's definitely into you. So it's gonna happen. Whether you like fully cognizantly affirm that or not, I think that has its appeals.
Oh.
I do think it has its appeals. And unlike Cohen the Barbarian, he doesn't sound like a dry bag full of
He does kind of strike me as like, I feel like that's Cohen in his youth. You know, like Grebo is the closest to we could get to a young Cohen, you know?
I truly believe that. Yeah.
All right. My number 8 is Lady Sybil Vimes. As someone who is 5'10", and with enough meat on my bones to hold my own, there is something so fucking compelling about a big femme. Like with a smaller femme, there's a certain delicacy. It's not that Sybil can't do delicate. Sure, she could, but she does appreciate coarseness. I mean, she married Vimes for fuck's sake, and she kind of likes Nobby. I want to get her to fuck wrestle. That fighting to pin the other person down and like sexually subdue them? So good. And usually I lose that fight, which is great. However, with Sybil, I might have a chance, maybe, to hold down a big femme and make her scream. Yes. Which, as a simple country bisexual, sounds real good. All right. Annie, you're number 8.
It's also Sybil.
Yeah!
I have a lot of questions about this one. Has Sybil written any research papers on the sexual applications of swamp dragons? Has she put any of her considerable old money into identifying the combustion effect in swamp dragons and whether that can be replicated safely in a sexual environment? Has she tried it out on any of the plush silk sheets in her absurdly rich old money estate? And finally, 2-part question. Does she need a research assistant? And if so, is it okay if they get tongue-tied around giant women with curves for days?
Yes.
Call me.
Yes. All right. On to number 7. Annie, how about we go again? Annie, you're number 7.
Number 7, we start to get into the I get nervous. It's Angua von Uberval.
First time she's appearing on the list.
Now, okay, yes, she is a werewolf, but Angua is one of those werewolves who just sort of turns into a wolf. There's no, like, monstrous in-between, so that loses some points for the sexiest monster fuck I can imagine, but, like, listen, if you could talk her into hunting.
Yes!
You know, like the way her family likes to hunt people? Like, listen, a little fear in there?
Yeah.
Like, listen, spice up that sexual thrills, just a little bit of fear of dismemberment by a predator? I just, listen, Angua, babe, listen, it'll be fine. Angua, listen, please, Angua.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. All right. James, you're number 7.
My number 7 is Sam Vine.
Yes.
All right.
It doesn't matter where he is in his character journey. This man is so tired. But he fucks like a man who has resigned himself to drown, thrashing above the surface for air. He is the true fantasy creature in all of Discworld. A good cop.
Yeah.
An old, rich, vanilla white guy who is absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Truly
That's
the
true.
imagination of Terry Pratchett.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a good cop.
My number 7 is also Sam Vimes.
Nice.
I love this self-loathing bastard. And I absolutely believe he could be good at sex. But honestly, I kind of want to poke the bear and like dress up as the most aristocrat and get him to absolutely wreck me, which I don't think he'd probably do, which is a goddamn shame. But he will at least allow me to indulge my other passion, which is giving tired middle-aged men blowjobs.
I mean, if you wanted to piss him off, you dress up like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. The veterinary Vimes fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Mwah.
The best part is that I think he'd be kinda awkward about it,
Ooh.
which you cannot put a price on a big, irritable man who's fumbling for a delicate way to express that he appreciates how shamelessly enthusiastic your dick sucking was. Frame that shit and put it in the Louvre. Dan, you're number 7.
So my number 7 is Susan Stohellett. There's something intriguing about the idea of a stern British schoolmarm barging into your living room while you're watching TV. She points at you and says, "You there! In your room, on the bed, trousers off and arse up. I'll be bringing the ruler with the metal edge just in case you're not there in 3 minutes." You know, maybe it's the former gifted kid in me, but I just suddenly have the urge to make teacher happy.
All right, on to number 6. James, you're number 6.
My number 6 is Sheree Little.
Yeah!
Using magnificent sex as my rubric as I do, I know that part of what makes a good lover, at least as far as we've delved scientifically, is a person who is willing to grow and explore alongside you. And anyone who is liberated enough to take on the complicated intersection of gender, culture, and religion to self-liberate in the way that she has, would also have the courage to be into some really deep freak shit.
Yeah.
And I gotta know what's going on there. I don't know what Jerry's up for, but I do know that it will be fun, weird as hell.
Yeah! All right, Annie, you're number 6.
Also Cherie!
Yay!
I just want to treat her nice.
Yeah.
I want to be so good to her. I want to take her out. I want to go shopping, buy her some nice outfits.
Yeah.
Go to one of those axe throwing places. Buy her dinner, listen to her talk my ear off about forensic science, then talk her ear off about whatever I'm fixated on lately, take her home and make her feel like the prettiest girl in the world because she is. And I don't think it's mind-blowing sex, but it's sex that involves a lot of laughing and cuddling, and it ends with both of you feeling understood by the other person.
She would listen to you talk about Chobits, I feel like.
She would listen to me talk about Chobits. Yeah. She would gasp in all the appropriate places and say, the button was where?
All right, Dan, you're number 6.
My number 6 is Karen Iron Founderson.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a lot of bells and whistles out of fucking Discworld's most linear thinker. It's going to be your standard quiver of like 3 or 4 different pretty traditional positions, and he's going to do them with a straightforward, no-nonsense approach. What puts him up as high as he is for me is the emotional side of the encounter. Because like he's a completely unique combination of being positive and optimistic and also perfectly honest. So like, that anything he says about you will be kind and flattering and also true. So like,
Shit.
I can't imagine sharing an intimate encounter with him and not feeling like you just went through 6 solid months with the world's best and most understanding therapist. Wow. Come for the sex, stay for the beam of sunshine on your soul.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. And my number 6 is a Big Feels. And it is death.
Let's go.
What happens when death comes? I pose that philosophically as well as practically. He is a being made of bones. Is there even anything there for me to get my mouth on? I assume not. But I honestly don't know. What I do know is that death has a great appreciation for the fragility of things, for impermanence, and is also a deeply gentle soul in his own strange way. I think sex with death, in whatever form it takes, would be surprising. I don't know if you can have what we'll crudely call intercourse with death, but you can absolutely have some kind of sex with him. And whatever that is will probably be awkward and a little confusing, but completely earnest and authentic in a way that really doesn't leave anywhere to hide. Obviously, there's a part of that that's terrifying, but there's a part of that that's thrilling. What you get from sex where you really do let yourself be utterly and completely yourself in that moment, it costs letting yourself be seen. But the reward is that you are seen, and I think in this case, pretty unconditionally accepted. The shape that takes in terms of sexual acts, flexible. But I guess that is worth whatever you think that kind of deep and strange intimacy is worth. I happen to put a high price on that. But I would understand any ranking of him, and sure, maybe you die from it. But you're not getting out of this life alive anyway. Live a little. All right.
Beautiful.
Very good.
He a bone boy, and I love him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bone boy. There might be a fountain of tiny bones. That would be fun.
Maybe it's the death of sperm, you know?
That's true.
Ooh.
And they all got the little
Yeah.
the little cloaks and the hoods.
Yeah.
Love that. Love
The
that.
bitty scythe.
Okay. All right. We move on now to number 5. My number 5 is Angua von Uberwald. Incredible. Truly incredible. She's a little uncomfortable with her werewolf side. I honestly think that just makes it hotter to get her to unleash it. Unleash it, get it! Oh, she would kill me for that joke, and she would be right too. The thing that's really compelling is that she can smell when you're turned on. Not that I have a great poker face, I don't. But being left with nowhere to hide from the knowing gaze of my big, strong lady werewolf lover.
Yeah.
To quote Annie Craton, oh, please, don't throw me in the briar patch. All right, Annie, you're number 5.
Grebo.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Look, Bob messages me the list, and I was horrified immediately. I was like, Bob, I'm gonna have to show my whole entire basic ass.
Yes, show it.
Man, Grebo is hot as hell, and of course I knew immediately he was going to be embarrassingly high on my list. He's my problematic fave!
Yes!
Like, look, he growls when he talks, he purrs, he's got a bunch of cool scars, he's an absolute sex pot. I'm sorry, I have problems when he talks in the audiobooks.
Yeah.
And then I see the Paul Kidby art, and I'm sorry, I'm not sorry!
That Kidby art is a fucking war.
It's how he draws so many. It's just weird fuckos, and then he draws the hottest man alive. And look, in my defense, Grebo.
Yeah.
Also, look, no strings attached.
Yeah?
Because when you're done with him, you chase him away with a squirt bottle.
Yeah! All right, Dan, you're number 5.
Time for Dan the Outlier Part 2. My number 5 is Rincewind.
Oh!
All right, let's go. Let's go.
My 21-year-old self is clapping so hard
I thought
right
so,
now.
yeah.
The Rincewind Defender has logged on.
Yes.
I feel a lot of kinship to Rincewind. Like,
Aw.
I too
buddy.
would rather run away from literally any problem than have to deal with it. Like, I too often fantasize about having a prestigious sounding job that doesn't actually involve any real responsibilities or anything important.
Yeah.
Like, I too have had more than 0 sexual thoughts about potatoes. Like, it's not that I think Rincewind is good necessarily. It's that I think we have a lot in common, and we could find a lot of common ground. And, you know, if one of us wants to dress up as a sexy potato, I mean, I would not be opposed to Frenching his fry.
Oh!
Yes!
Oh!
All right, James, you're number 5.
My number 5 is Sybil Vines.
Yes!
Yay!
Her Grace. Look, folks, this woman knows how to live life. With her wealth, she could have easily become a terror, but her passion is what led her to dote on the most fragile and unstable things in the world. And as Vimes has discovered, if you happen to be one of those fragile and unstable things, you're in for a really good time.
Yeah.
It's a cross between fucking someone who has to move her crafting supplies off of her double king bed so that you can lay in it, and someone who will spontaneously take you to the nicest restaurant in the city to fill you up under the table because she thought you might like eating there.
Oh.
She is someone who does what she wants, and what she wants is to love you and fuck you. And god damn it, you'd have to be a fool not to go through with that.
Oh.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Yeah. Oh. These are such good characters, guys. Terry Pratchett's
They
great.
are.
Yay.
Turns out,
And this isn't even touching on her, like, a ramkin energy,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is up, where she has, it, like, echoes the soul of, like, a conquering warrior.
yeah!
And you know that's coming
yeah.
out between her
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
Whew.
All right, on to number 4. It's only getting hotter, folks. Yay. This is such a sweaty episode in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Some ways.
All right, Annie, you're number 4.
All right, look. Lord Venonari.
Yes!
Listen.
Yes!
Look, sex with Venonari doesn't even begin with the sex itself. It starts with this slow, simmering seduction that comes on so gradually you don't even quite realize it's happening. Because he's taken the time to observe you, to send his spies to learn everything there is to know about you, and he's used it all to his and your advantage. It's this slow burn, this trap that doesn't spring until it's utterly too late. And by that point, you have been given so many calculated, smoldering looks and subtle, intentional brushes against your skin that you cannot imagine paying anyone or anything else any mind. It's almost a relief when you finally disrobe because the exquisite agony of your growing obsession will finally end. Though, let's be real. The patrician probably has so many other exquisite agonies in mind for you.
Yes. Yes. All right. My number 4 is Grebo.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes. I would love to think that I'd be above fucking someone who is basically a Byronic asshole.
No.
But if this show has proved anything, it's that I'm not. I don't know a lot about what a cat thinks of sex, let alone what a human cat man thinks of sex. But he's a scarred up, leather-wearing, scowling, brooding dickhead. So the floor can really only go so low for me. As someone who thinks a real deep bite mark is the sign of a quality fuck, I think I'm probably in good hands. Well, not good hands, but effective ones. All right, James, you're number 4.
My number 4 is Captain Carrot Iron Founderson.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It feels like a storybook happily ever after. Also, you walk away from that experience a better person, inspired to be your best self.
Wow.
Like, come on, you almost owe it to yourself and the world to do that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yay. All right, Dan, you're number 4.
My number 4 is Angua von Uberwald.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not a furry, nor am I a monster fucker. Werewolves don't really do anything for me specifically. Like, you know, I get the appeal of the dangerously savage, but I don't rank on appeal. So, you know, all that stuff, it doesn't move the needle for me one way or the other when it comes to Angua. What puts her as high up as she is the fact that when she's around Carrot, she becomes less of a wolf and more of a dog. And like having a lover who is openly affectionate toward you to the point that they become embarrassingly excited in your presence, like who sees physical activity with you as a joyous game to be celebrated, who is fiercely protective of you and craves your touch. I mean, like, that sounds like a dream come true before you get into the fact that the city guard had to resize their breastplate when she joined them in order to accommodate her presumably phenomenal rack.
I forgot about that.
All the way up and down. Yes,
That's
yes,
our
yes.
girl. That's our girl.
Yes. All right. On to number 3. Annie, you're number 3.
It's Carrot Iron Founderson.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, the thing about Carrot is that he's a wow boobs guy,
Yeah.
but he also makes you say, wow, my boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he is so earnest and good-natured that you kind of get swept up along with him, and suddenly it's almost like you're having sex for the first time, and everything is new and it's fun, but it's not actually like your first time. It's the first time you wish you had.
Yeah.
Where everything is great and your partner is crazy about you, and any awkwardness you may have is charming and something you both laugh about. And the cuddling afterwards is unreal. And also, you cannot convince me the Carrot's oral game is not completely unbeatable.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the thing is that Carrot is simple and straightforward, but he is not a fool, and he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. James, you're number 3.
My number 3. Big fucking feel.
Yeah.
Lord Havelock Veteran.
Yes.
Hey!
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a guy who grew up as a scholarship student in the Assassin's Guild and also briefly joined the Proletarian Revolution. He has all the style and sexual charisma of an assassin, but sense unlike any assassin that you could possibly name. He also knows that the true test and worth of power is peace, which takes care and dedication. And we know that he has a deep friendship with Lady Margalotta, and it plays out through remote games of chess.
Yeah.
I know when two people are fucking.
Yeah.
Terry Pratchett, I don't care how British you are. You're not fooling me. And whenever an immortal is infatuated with a mortal human, especially when that human is starting to age, I pay attention. If we accept that this man fucks, then he fucks diet.
Yeah.
Ton of pressure on you because this is also a man who is disappointed by symphonies because human error will always detract from the perfect experience that he has when he reads the sheet music. So you gotta be on your fucking game.
Shit.
But if you can meet him there, he is going to match you back and you will make the disc shake. Also, there is a thing here that I realized when I was listening to everybody else's assessment of him, which is that, yes, he is this master planner. He has sent out his spies. He knows you deeper than you know yourself, and he will use that to unravel you. But he is also a man, an experience that he has only been reminded of vanishingly few times. He is a thin and slight man. The sort of man that I could grab by the strength of his clothing and push against a wall.
Yes.
And feel the heartbeat in his chest as he is reminded that he too is a living creature with a body. And that means he can be touched. Exquisite. And truly, the only reason he is not higher on this list is consistency. He has other priorities, and that's deeply frustrating. I imagine if you are Lady Margalotta. So, that's Vetinari, baby.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
All right. Dan, you're number 3.
All right. The return of Dan the Outlier.
Oh.
Big feels.
I love Dan the Outlier.
The luggage.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I always think of Dan is like the most sensible of us.
Not today,
And
man.
then-
Not in the topsy-turvy world of Discworld.
Love it. Love it.
So, you know how sometimes on this show, you're given some real softballs, right? Like,
Yeah.
what's it like to fuck Booster Gold? You know, how about Jafar from Aladdin? Easy. Effortless. Like a child with wildly negligent parents who had been exposed to very inadvisable combination of media could do this, you know? And then there's days like this, where the question is, how good would the sex be if you could stick your dick in a box that was also alive and sapient, but was nonverbal, and contained potentially infinite pocket dimensions within it, could grow about 1 million tiny little feet if it needed to, and has a personality that was kind of like Kato from the Green Hornet mixed with the Juggernaut? It's fundamentally unknowable, beyond the ken of any human experience. Like, I can't say with any degree of certainty what this fuck would be like. And so, I must, as Death himself is so often forced to do, break my sacred vow. I can't know for sure how good the sex would be. And I sure as hell can't tell you what it would be like. So, God's help me, I must rank based on appeal.
Wow.
Yeah!
And after spending some time in some truly ill-advised corners of my own imagination and doing some frank and rather frightening interrogations of my own psyche and sexuality,
Yes.
I can offer up but one conclusive thought. What that giant red mahogany tongue do?
Yay! Yay!
Sure.
Yay! So proud. So proud.
Yeah!
We did it. We ruined Dan.
Yep, you finally did
And
it.
that's a we finally broke it. That's what the whole show
That's
was.
the end of the podcast, everybody. Great to have you here.
All right. Number 3. First appearance of her on the list.
Mhm.
Nanny Ogg.
That's right.
Wow, yeah.
Yep.
13 out of 10. Honestly, I want to apprentice with her because she probably fucks harder, better, deeper than I ever will. And I want to learn from her. I think it's a little drunken, a lot raucous, so filthy you blush every time you think about it, and leaves you bruised in places you didn't know bruised. It's the kind of sex you look back on when you're older and think, fuck, I have lived a life. And sure, maybe you always have a trick knee after that. But look, there are a million ways to fuck up a knee. One of God's greatest jokes on humanity, the knee. At least this way, you have a fucking story to go with it. Shit. Nanny Ogg's so great. Okay. That's why nobody else talked about her yet.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On
That's
to
correct.
number 2. Dan, you're number 2.
So my number 2 is Moist Fun Lip Vig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, good con men are fuckable. They just are. Like, and I'm not talking about appeal, because I've, sapient treasure chest aside, I don't rank on appeal. My vow is back, it's intact. Everyone can calm down. But sex is an interpersonal thing. And like, there's few people better at navigating the interpersonal than a skilled con man.
Yeah.
And that's just the baseline. Like, Moist is a con man with a heart of gold. He's going to start trying to schmooze you, and he's going to be successful, right? Like, you're going to be into it. And then he's going to start actually legitimately falling for you. And
Fuck.
he's a thrill seeker. So every time you're with him, it's going to be something wild and interesting and fun. Like, you'd get disguises. You'd get role-playing. You'd fuck in every corner of the Discworld. Like, I've never had an orgasm on the back of a giant turtle whilst surrounded by 4 towering elephants beneath the underside of a perfectly flat planet. But with Moist, that's not just possible. It's borderline inevitable.
Yeah. Yes.
Love it.
All right. Annie, you're number 2.
Susan Snow Helen.
Yes.
Look, it's just okay. Look, she's so stern. she's stern and she's a little cold, but she cares a lot and she's practical and she's good with kids and she's a governess and a teacher. And listen, she could use the voice on you. Listen. I don't usually go for women who are that kind of mean, but maybe she could be that kind of mean to me.
Yes.
Maybe I can feel the icy hand of death inside me.
Yes.
Maybe I can just do whatever she tells me to do and thank her for it. I told my husband Susan was going to be real high on my list, and he was like, "You're going to be hot for teacher? You're gonna be a clamp?" And I was like, "Listen, yes. maybe I can have little a hot for teacher as a treat for Susan specifically. Maybe she'll make me call her Miss. I'm having a hard time right now. Maybe teacher can be mean to me. Just this one."
All right, James, you're number 2.
Hey, my number 2 is Angua von Uberwald.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've named so much about Angua already. That makes her fantastic. She's someone who is grown up thinking of herself as powerful, unhinged, and wild, and is terrified of that part of herself. But also someone who has already kind of done the work to be away from that and is afraid that she isn't. So you could tame her, and she would think that you hadn't. It's not that she is a brat. It is that every experience of her submitting to you is the first time she conceives of herself of being capable of that, because she never fully accepts the idea of being domesticated. And that's kind of gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's already done the growth, but she lives as though she is still growing.
So
That's
beautiful.
good. That's good.
All right, my number 2 is a big feels, and also kind of a deep feels. It is Lord Veterinary. He could outplay me, outlast me, and outthink anything I could do. There is no amount of my best slut shtick that would get him to do more than raise an eyebrow. Even if my mouth was full of his dick, I don't think he would betray that on his face at fucking all. I don't doubt that he could psychologically push every button I have and get me to be the most desperate mess on the disc. But it would always feel hollow because afterwards, it's not like he's any warmer or any more available. And this is something that I think each host handles differently when it comes to how much of the whole sexual encounter do you take into account. I personally extremely anarchic about what I pay attention to from ranking to ranking, as everybody has noticed. But I just have to mention it here because there are other characters where the complete lack of emotional connection after is not a deal breaker. But I know he's in there. I know he could give it to me, but he won't. It's not that I think I would never dial his number ready for head games that absolutely wreck me, but I know that the next day I would feel emotionally hungover, which makes the preceding fuck both better and worse. I've been very frank on this about the show, like my appreciation for a toxic fuck. And I think for me, this is about the safest version of that on the market. And I guess that's something. But I can't fuck him better. And that's eventually going to mean that I have to walk away from something that I want and enjoy. I think most of us have had sex with people where the sex was incredible, but it was just unhealthy enough that eventually we had to stop. And like, for anyone out there who has been in or is in that situation, you are not crazy for loving the sex. And you are not crazy for going back for more. There is nothing wrong with you for getting off on it. Sometimes the things that are bad for us are so delicious. I mean, that doesn't make it okay to treat ourselves that way, but just know that you are not bad or wrong for enjoying it either. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Mhm.
Can't wait to read your veterinary finds.
All right, this is it. Number fucking 1. I'll go first. My number 1 is Moist von Lipwig. I love a con man. He knows how to present himself in the best light possible, and then to be pulled into his orbit and to have him put you in the best light possible, that's a fucking drug. It feels so good to be fucked like you are worth $1 million. And he would be able to deliver that. He would also be able to give me a really sincere fuck where his heart is on his sleeve, which is deliciously messy and raw. But that's not all. He's a chameleon. He can give me any fuck I want, and he'd be happy to do it. Even better, he can get on his knees. Go to AO3. The top fix with him in them are pretty much all Adorabelle doming the fuck out of him.
Yeah. There's no other possibility.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Girl knows.
There's some veterinary fix in there.
There are.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors.
No, I went to go look for those veterinary fix, and there should be look, I'm turning to you, the audience, right now. You're all in trouble. Mommy is disappointed. There are no explicit veterinary moist fix. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I scooched my pants halfway down for this.
Unacceptable. AO3, get your fucking shit together.
I mean, Mr. Pump, he pumps your dick. It writes itself.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is there any there?
No.
Is that anything?
Yeah. I mean, it's better than what AO3 has to offer. I mean, look, we all know what is good in life, and it is edging this charming little weasel until he begs. Let veterinary fucking wreck this man. AO3, get on your shit. Go. Annie, you're number 1.
As the first of 3 presenters bringing Nanny Ogg to the table.
The outlier has finally come back.
Something that has been said about her and happened to her multiple times.
So, I tend to look at these things fairly conceptually because I am, as I sometimes like to say, I'm an asexual cosplaying as an allosexual for hard choices. It is a guise I lovingly don. But when it comes to concept, there are 2 kinds of sexual encounters that really appeal to me conceptually if we're setting aside the large umbrella that is the term monster fuck. And first is the sex that involves a heavy lean into power dynamics, where fetishes and different types of play get involved, the kind that promise to be something that is so unique to that encounter that you remember it for the rest of your life. Second, and no less important, is the kind of sex that involves your best friend. The kind where it doesn't really matter whether the sex is quality or not, or even if it's unique. What matters is the comfort and affection between you and the other party.
Yeah.
Where you feel cherished, where you're laughing at stupid jokes or the fart noises your bodies make when they move against each other, or where you read books together afterwards. And the thing is, I think Nanny Ogg has both of these in her. If you only spend one night with Githa Ogg, well, she's going to come to the table with a lifetime of lovers of all sorts, a breadth of experience, the confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you like, and the command that comes from being a matriarch of a huge clan. And on top of all of that is the arrogance that comes with being a witch. But you are also going to get someone who knows people, who knows you so well that you're going to feel like your old friends instantly, who wants you to be happy and safe, who will have one of her daughters-in-law make you a sandwich or something to eat after you're done, who will make the bawdiest jokes you've ever heard. Githa Ogg can be everything you want, and also, maybe maybe Man Grebo can take a turn too. Just saying. Maybe Man Grebo can come too. Maybe he can also be involved. Just putting that out there, ma'am, Nanny.
I just want to say, with all of the people in this episode thirsting after the man cat, we owe Yajirobe a
All right, Dan, you're number one. Go off.
Okay, so I once had. Oh, my number one is Nanny Ogg, obviously. So I once heard a third-hand account. It might have been a fourth-hand account, honestly. I think the original anecdote came from the podcast Blank Check. I don't listen to it. My sister Claire told me about it, so I may be getting some of this stuff wrong. All of that is to say, there was a story I have heard about director Guillermo del Toro, where someone went to dinner with this guy, had a lovely time, lots of really good conversation. During said dinner, del Toro ordered some kind of soup. During the meal, he ate all of the, to use a technical term, the floating bits in the soup. And then when he was done with that, he picked up the bowl with both hands, and then he just drank deeply from it, tilted his head back, got every last drop of this down his throat.
Like a fucking bowl of ramen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you want from a lover. You want someone who's going to take life with both hands and eat it up. So in the case of Del Toro, this means enjoying every last atom of some delicious soup. In the case of Nanny Ogg, this means you're immediately open and friendly with everyone. You're eating and laughing and singing bawdy songs, and you just have endless amounts of sex. Absolutely yes. Yes, to Nanny Ogg. I will treat her the way that Del Toro treats his soup, and I'm going to use both hands.
Yeah!
All right. James, take us home.
Yeah, it's Nanny Ogg at number one. This woman is more powerful than any fertility goddess in any universe. Yeah. And I think it is, we've already pointed out, that her whole approach to witchcraft is about loving life and encouraging everyone around her to do the same, unless, of course, they happen to be one of her daughters-in-law.
Yep.
But that foible aside, there is something about it that feels close within the same universe of Carrot, in that there's an appreciation for the mundane things in life. Obviously, Agitha is somebody who has explored the far reaches of sexuality. She's written Discworld's Kama Sutra, but never shied away from the very vanilla scenarios, too. And that's because what she is doing with the way that she lives life, the way she exchanges with every lover that she has encountered, is taking those mundane ingredients and elevating them. A pie is just fruit, sugar, flour, and water, but under her capable hands, she will turn it into something that will make an immortal creature give up eternity for a simple taste. You'd have to be some kind of gigantic ape not to have sex with this woman.
Yeah.
At fully any
yes.
age.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The second best lover in all of the disc wasn't wrong.
Yep. God damn it, we weren't even ranking him.
We weren't even ranking Casanova.
What would be the point? Come on.
He's number two.
He would be number two. Yeah, come on.
For sure.
We've done a lot of things that we're not proud of, and maybe a few things that have earned us the attention of the Assassin's Guild. But it's time to get called into the patrician's office to answer for the messes we've made, and we do that in our segment we call Let's Unpack That.
All right, I have a list of things here.
Yes.
I think they're going to be very quick here. Troll to human sex, as Bob was positing. I think it's him using you like you're a stroker.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I can picture, and I think it's great. I also think troll cum feels like hot stone massage.
Ooh!
Wowzers! I mean, that's best case scenario for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that all over me. Yes.
But to go into something that might be a deeper topic, Bob, you and I have a kindred spirit on many things,
Yes.
and I am somebody who, in very specific circumstances, has appreciated a foot now and then.
Oh, good for you.
But it's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare.
I know.
And as I was contemplating the luggage, I was horrified by the idea, what if it's a numbers game?
Oh.
What if it's not just that, oh, yes, I clearly was so infatuated with this person that, like, every part of them called out to me as something gorgeous that needed to be appreciated? What if I just encounter the right feet, which means on those hundreds of little legs, there's bound to be something down there.
Wow.
That's going to get me all twisted up. What a horrifying thing to contemplate.
Oh my God.
Like a needle in a haystack? You think they're all individually different feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, fully, yeah.
So James,
They've got to be.
James, you ranked the luggage number 19, not out of necessarily a lack of sexual interest in the item, but because
Fear.
you yourself... No.
Fear?
I don't think it's because you're afraid of death. I think it's because you're afraid of yourself. You're afraid of opening that lid and seeing yourself staring back at you and maybe not being ready for the reflection that you see.
But but here's the thing. I've already done the stuff. Like,
You haven't done this stuff, bud.
In the past, and could live in my future at some point. I maintain that the luggage is ranked low, not because I fear death, because I know death would be the result. And I have to weigh the result against what I think I would gain from the situation. And right now, what I'm positing, the net good out of this is I find one good.
Now, does your calculus change, though, when you consider that the death in question is Discworld death?
Oh, actually, ooh, huge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting. No, he's going to talk to me about what happened immediately before the death.
So you're into foot stuff, huh?
I've never seen anything go down.
Gotta be honest, bud. That's one for the record books.
It's always bad whenever Death's like, wow, hey, bud. And you're like,
That's rough, buddy.
If it's any consolation, this stays between you and me.
oh my God, he would say that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real bro.
He's a bro.
So it's blowing my mind that you think all the feet are different feet. Like that.
Yeah, that's
Different feet.
what's interesting is that you think of them as that seems like a given for you.
Yeah, I'm
That they are all different feet. What's the ratio of left foot to right foot?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh no, that had better be even. That had better be even.
It might not be.
I don't like it.
It might not be.
Don't like it.
What if some are middle feet?
No.
The forbidden
Bad,
foot.
James, bad.
The center
think-
big toe.
One of the things about the luggage, I think when we talk about that big mahogany tongue of his,
Say more.
I do picture it as kind of like hand carved.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's like a goopsome.
No, I think it's
tongue.
flesh.
goop
I think
sometime
I think the feet are
Columbus.
flesh.
Oh, the feet are flesh. The feet
feet
are
are
definitely
flesh.
flesh.
I think they feel like flesh. But
Oh, you think they don't?
I
You think they have wood grain?
think
I mean,
they would.
okay, so like honest like mimic rules. Does the luggage play by mimic rules?
I mean, no, because the luggage isn't.
Yeah.
Mimics are sticky?
Mimics.
Mimics are sticky. For those that don't know, mimics are fully sticky.
The luggage is just made out of carved sentient pear wood, right? Like, it's just bark of a tree. So it strikes me that, like, unless the tree itself was, like, unusually flesh-like, like, I think you're just, like, you're just getting wood. It's just, like, kind of shape-shifty,
wow.
weird shape
I
wood.
mean, yes. The whole idea is that the luggage has got wood.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what
I can
we are
tell
here
you
to rate.
with definitive evidence.
I'm picturing the luggage as like a millipede, which don't anybody fucking Kit, don't dissuade me about this. Millipedes have same feet. Every millipede foot is the same foot. It's identical. It's all good.
There is nothing about the design of creatures in the Discworld that would lead me to believe the luggage has symmetry.
I hate this, but you're
Yeah.
right. Ooh, gross.
Mort was designed as a human being composed mostly of knees.
Wow.
And I have taken that sort of description
But
And I definitely feel like the luggage
We've
fits
all
in
met a
that
boy who was mostly
universe.
made of knees. Like,
Yeah, that's what's called being 11 years old.
yeah, that's middle school. It's like all you're like, ooh, I'm into this pile of knees.
You have to accept that this luggage doesn't have perfectly uniform and symmetrical feet.
Yeah,
They're all
I
different
get.
feet.
I hesitate to say this. I think even for this show, we might have spent a little too much time talking about the luggage's feet. We might
fair.
want to move
That's
on to
fair.
a different subject.
Okay.
Does that, what other business do we have here?
I have a question for Bob.
Okay.
So I feel like I've done this show quite a bit,
Yeah.
and I've listened to all of the episodes that I'm not on. So I feel like I have a fairly good grasp on like the stuff that you're into. You surprise me from time to time. I would like for you to look at and if you would like read aloud the last, let's say, 3 sentences of your take on Granny Weatherwax, just like what you said about her.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I've already forgotten.
Interesting.
Podcast rot has set in.
Well, that's why you have it written down.
That's why it's written down. We're consulting with our stenographer.
The feet on our stenographer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm bad at grammar, so my sentences, I'm just going to read what I think of as the last 3 sentences.
Okay, sure.
But where you personally would put a period is probably not where I personally
I got
would
you.
put a
Yeah.
period.
Sure. Just the last 3 like main like complete thoughts, I guess.
Okay. It's going to be awkward and she will hate that. I, on the other hand, will love that. A thing that will make her furious, which in this context will only be more adorable.
Okay, great. That's exactly what I wanted you to say. All right, Bob, you have Granny Weatherwax at number 15.
Yes.
I want you to take what you just said
and
now gender flip her.
I get it. I get the point that you're making.
No. I'm not making a point. I am now asking, where does this person end up on your list?
Yeah, would that move the needle?
A grumpy old man who hates that you're there and hates that you're doing a good job. And you make him come and he's cranky about it.
Oh, see, but if it's like a man who has chosen celibacy, does that make it like more of a prize for me that I'm like, see, I do have a thing for a cassock, so I do get the appeal of somebody breaking a lifelong commitment.
Yeah.
The monk fucker has logged on.
God, where would that rank for me? Probably around number 10.
Only number 10. I expected it to be higher, but it is higher, so.
The thing is, I just have to factor in how saggy the balls are. Like,
critical. Yeah.
That's a fucking scarf.
Yeah. And I love an old man, but like, there does come a point at which you're like, you kind of got to watch your eyes as you're like, if anywhere you go down there, you're like, okay, anything could happen at any moment because there's a pendulum effect. It's all very dangerous.
You just got to bring your proper safety protection,
Yeah, absolutely. That PPE, but specifically for saggy balls.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you make a point. I think for me, though, Granny Weatherwax, like, it's so hard to imagine her, like, her Granny Weatherwaxness in a male form. Because, like, that there's a thing about her that is fundamentally feminine.
Right, because it's a witch. She's a hag. She fits within the mother, maid, and crone, and that type of magic is so specific to the disc, to that on the disc at least.
I realize that some of us haven't read Shepherd's Crown, but
and that's the thing, is that there has to be a whole fucking book specifically to say what does it look like when a man does witchcraft.
Oh shit! I did not realize. Wow.
Which is interesting because that means he bookended Granny Weatherwax with what does it look like when a girl does wizard magic?
Yeah.
And what does it look like when a boy does witchcraft?
Yeah.
Another thing that sort of came up in the conversation that I thought of. So cats groom as a dominance thing.
Oh.
Yes.
So I do just want, whether it's before or after
Yes.
Freebo is running his fingers through your hair.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
It
his...
just feels important.
I just thought you were going to say he's running his tongue through your hair.
Well,
It's not a no.
Yeah, that's not a no.
The way he does it?
Yeah, I mean, I have never been like had my hair sexily licked, but I'm ready. My heart is open to
Find
it.
a way.
He could pull it off.
Yeah.
He could pull it off. I've seen the kid.
I think it would gross me out for a second. Be like, Grebo, what are you doing? And he would just like put his hand on the back of my head and just like push me face down into the bed and say, "Shut up!" And then he'd just do it more. You know?
Yeah. So hot. So
I'm having a problem.
yeah, Grebo is so fucking hot. It's like I remember reading that book and being like, "Oh,
Hold up, Terry. Terry, what are you doing? Terry?
It is so funny to see art from Kid B where you can tell he was horny drawing for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's again like everybody else is just like a series of like weirdos.
Yeah, grotesque
love.
weirdos.
He has a Kippy has such a cartoonish style to him, even when he draws caricatures in almost like a semi-realistic format. Except for Grebo, who is the horniest motherfucker and belongs on the cover of like 18,000 romance novels.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's upsetting.
Every time I think about Grebo, even like Grebo being the most Byronic asshole he could be, like truly kind of uncaring, but like so good at sex, I'm like, that's not different from the first third of a lot of romance novels. Like, yeah, he gets better. But like the first third, he's a sexy asshole. And it's
and
so
that's the
hot.
thing is that the prize at the end is that he keeps being a sexy asshole, but he is your sexy asshole. In the same way that, you know, Grebo comes on the scene and Nanny tells him what to do, and he's like, "Yes, Nanny."
The thing is, Bob, you bring up on the show so often, like how characters who are like assholes or, you know, supervillains or whatever, and you're just like, no, but he's going to be good to me. You know, he's like all the rules of genre fiction tell me that like he has a good heart underneath and I can get to him and all that sort of thing. And most of the time when you say that, I just kind of like, I'm like, I privately disagree with you. I'll phrase it that way. But this time I do think there's something there because in Discworld, genre rules are a like law of physics. It's like if the genre says that this horny scalawag actually has a heart of gold and he can genuinely learn to care for you, like he can no more resist that than he could the pull of gravity, you know?
We've already seen it with you. Granny's cat. Grebo follows that same logic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, I'm sure we all know a cat that we have had that is just like a dick to other people, but for you specifically is just like this little ball of purry fluff.
James is not making the face of, have you not had that cat or you have had that cat? I don't know.
No, I'm looking at pictures of humans.
It's a problem.
I'm just thinking of your relationship with Hero and I'm like, is Hero a Grebo?
I mean, kind of close in some ways. He's not like a huge asshole, but I mean, in my exploration of his character through Starwall has a lot of my feelings about him. So listen to Starwall, I guess.
Yeah, go listen. Go subscribe to James's Patreon. Listen to Starwall, and then talk to me about how this cat is a huge asshole, but also very fuckable. A thing that I don't know that Hero would be okay with. I think Hero would be like,
I mean,
I don't think he would care.
The proper equipment down there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, tragic. Tragic. You hate to see it. All right. Annie, what do you think troll cum tastes like?
Tastes like.
My instinct was like a salt lick, like that really specific type of saltiness from like licking.
Oh, like the rock.
just like a rock. Where it's kind of, you get some dirt, you get some grass,
Love a dirt.
you get a weird amount of salt there. And when you ask Annie, how do you know that? I've been 6 years old before, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Who hasn't licked
We were just
salt
talking
lamp?
about how like cartoons make pizza look amazing, how they make cigarettes look
Yeah.
amazing. I'm sure, you watched some horse cartoon where you're just like, oh, that salt lick though looks incredible.
oh man, horses make a salt lick look fucking
they sell
choice.
I've done enough horseback riding. I've been to like dude ranches. Salt licks look like they should be really good.
Yeah.
I've never gotten close enough because the horses would probably be mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would forget that I am not bigger than they are for a second.
Yeah.
I think the cum is different for every troll.
Oh shit!
I think that's fair. Yeah, it depends on sort of the
That's true.
The
like the
composition.
makeup, the composition. Yes.
I've been thinking of Mr. Shine through a lot of this, being composed entirely of diamonds. Like, I just think every troll has their own brew, which is made of different minerals.
Yeah,
That's
exciting.
exciting.
I think it's a mineral thing. Like fucking a troll is a geologist's dream.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna say pop rocks.
I love that.
Rocks.
You know what is kind of disappointing is that I think like dwarf fluids, whatever gender, I think they're very human-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think there's
What a
much
bummer.
difference,
Yeah.
Mhm.
whereas I think like goblin stuff, that's wild.
Well, that's freak shit.
That's
Yeah.
going to be real weird. You're not even going to have word for some of those flavors. I mean, well, actually, no. I know exactly what the word for that, and it's umami.
There you go. See, I was gonna-
It's all the mushrooms.
I was gonna say it was like ecto cooler. I guess I'm on like a children's candy kick, which
Honestly, that's fair because earlier when I was thinking what did different troll spunk taste like, one of my things was like fruit gushers.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I think with goblins, it's different every time.
Oh,
I feel
every
like
time
it's
with the
like
same
a
goblin.
Jelly Belly mixed bag.
Mm.
of Belly
Oh,
Belly
yeah,
and
okay.
Shit.
Sometimes it's artificial popcorn.
James, you're
Ah,
on
that's-
this. You're on this big like come as a spectrum kick right now. You know.
I love this.
Yeah.
Hey, cum is a beautiful magical
Mhm.
spectrum.
It
and
is.
You owe it to yourself to figure out what every flavor is.
Yeah. Grab yourself a handful and see what's there.
Yeah. I will say smoker cum is real bad. Like,
I bet.
Mhm.
yeah,
I bet.
it's
God, I
regrettable.
bet.
It's not great.
Ugh.
I mean,
Don't smoke. Don't smoke, kids.
it's cool. It does look cool, but like,
It
don't.
does look cool.
Don't.
It
you
looks
But you know
so
what doesn't
cool.
fucking look cool? Vaping. Vaping does not look cool even a little bit.
Oh, vaping is for dweebs.
That is the only good thing about like people who smoke switching to vaping. Well, not the only good thing, obviously. There's lots of good things. It's better than smoking, but also it means that anyone who vapes, an impressionable child is going to look at that and not say, "Cool, I should do that." They're going to be like, "Look at that, I chuggy, no cap."
Oh,
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
you can do it. I
More of
believe in you.
Please.
Chuggy, no cap.
Just Google it. Just
zero riz.
Yeah, there we go.
Shit. You don't understand. I had a
Ohio.
list of this prepared recently because of a binary break thing. Skibbity.
Oh, skibbity.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just they're gonna be like, look at that. Look at that Delulu.
What the?
Just
Sure.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I am so out of it.
We should probably move on before Annie gives herself an aneurysm.
I have a question.
Oh,
I know Annie has posited Nanny Ogg and Grebo, which I don't think Annie is wrong. Other choice threesomes available in the disc.
Well, I mean, I think just by the numbers, it's Angua and Carrot.
it's gotta be
Oh,
Angua
wow.
and
that's
Carrot. Yeah.
precisely
Yeah.
where my mind went. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would treat a unicorn so good.
So well.
Yeah.
Like
ugh.
you would not feel hunted.
Yeah.
You would feel like cosseted.
Like, we all know Carrot is incapable of feeling jealousy.
Yeah. Like you'd get the like
Oh.
soft, comforting welcome from Carrot, and then the like exuberance of Angua of like a dog meeting their new favorite person for the first time, you
Mhm.
know?
I actually don't think that's how it goes
Oh?
because Sally is already like a character within the Discworld.
Oh, that's true.
Right? So we do kind of know that Angua is so head up and jealous that she does end up mud wrestling.
That's
for a
true.
while
That is true.
with the unicorn, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
That's actually very good and awesome.
It, like, down the line, Enua would be the dog greeting, but at first it would be like, you would have to, like, you would have to basically, like, approach her slowly, maintain eye contact.
Let her sniff your hand.
Let her sniff your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would not join in at first, but eventually,
Bring some cheese.
a little bit
Yeah,
cheese.
little bit cheese.
You want some peanut butter?
If we're talking
yeah.
about like the canon couples, I do think that like for a certain type of person who could keep up with them, I think that like Moist and Adora would actually be a pretty good threesome.
Sure.
Like you'd have to be up for, again, like, because they're both kind of thrill seekers, so you'd need to be up for like whatever they wanted to do. But if you could keep up, it would be an incredible time.
If you're into degradation,
Yeah.
it's Granny Weatherwax and Nanny
Oh,
Ogg.
jeez.
Because
Ooh.
Granny is there, her arms folded the entire time.
I mean, that
Yes.
Standing in the cut corner, not sitting.
Yeah.
She refuses to sit.
That feels like the sexual equivalent of good cop, bad cop to me.
She's just standing there glaring and she's like, if you call that masturbating.
Shame what this world is coming to.
I think if you could get in on the right wavelength for it, I don't know how you kind of get insinuated into this. But if you can get into the thing that is between Vimes and Veterinary, that would be fucking incredible.
Like imagine a Lady Hawk situation.
Oh shit.
Fascinating.
You're the go-between.
I don't know how you kind of like work your way in there, but that's some fucking toxic shit, and it is so hot.
Fucking Veterinary maneuvers you there because it amuses you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Annie, you are positing a situation in which it's like, you know, as James brought up, like Veterinary and I don't remember her name, the woman he's like playing chess with.
Lady
Like,
Margalotta. Yeah.
So it's like that situation.
You're the chessboard.
You're the chessboard. You are the field upon which they are exacting their maneuvers against each other.
Yeah, you're the intermediary. You are perhaps passing the messages. You are perhaps acting as the thing that they are each trying to get away from
They
the
are
other.
doing to you what they want to do to each other.
Yes.
Oh, that's
You're
hot.
the excuse.
Yeah.
You're the plausible deniability.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good. That's a very good one.
Yeah, that's hot. I'm into it. I think we've done enough here.
I think so.
I'm proud of
I
us.
think we all need to adjourn to our separate AOC. Root around a little bit.
Just think for a while. Just have problems and think.
Dan, would you like to give us some math?
I would love nothing more.
Let's get it.
Okay, at number 21 on our list is Cut Me Own Throat Dibbler. You just cannot get a break. At number 20 is Mustrum Ridcully.
Okay.
Mhm.
Number 19 is Nobby Knobs. I really pulled that boy up.
Good for Nobby, not rock bottom.
Number 18, you hate to see it, Granny Weatherwax, but I mean,
Oh.
we all agreed,
yeah.
you know. Number 17 is Margaret Garlic. Number 16 is my boy, Rincewind, so I know what you all think about me. Thanks a lot.
Fucking step
We
up.
have a tie for number 15. Our two, not quite carbon-based life forms, Detritus and the Luggage. I guess the trees are carbon-based,
Ooh.
but
They could handle each other.
Interesting.
they definitely
Yeah, now
could.
that's a
They
threesome.
could.
Would destroy your bones.
Yes.
Number 13 is Cohen the Barbarian. Number 12 is Adora Belle Deerheart.
Oh, shit.
Number 11 is your friend and mine, Death.
Yeah!
Oh, what a median! What a median!
This is how we know we've done it right. Like,
Yeah.
Death, we all knew Death should be the median for this episode. Regardless of where we put
Yeah.
him on the list, we all knew. So this is
Yeah.
good. This is a good sign. Number 10 is Sam Vimes. Number 9 is Cherie Littlebottom.
Good for her.
Number 8 is Sybil Vimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 7 is Susan Stohellett.
Good.
Mhm.
Number 6 is Grebo. Just barely.
Yeah.
Barely out of the top 5 for, as Annie put it, the world's hottest man. Number 5, we have Lord Vetinari.
Yes.
We have a 2-way tie for number 4 between Carrot Iron Founderson and Moist von Litvig.
Oh,
What an interesting threesome.
That's a
that is.
fascinating
Yeah.
couple.
that's toxic as shit. Oh.
Yeah.
He's like a Rio Pacheco. He hates lies and despises deception.
But also I feel like Moist would not be able to befuddle him. You know, he's just too straightforward. Oh,
Well, he'd lie to him and
Yeah.
he would believe it, the asshole. That's the problem. And Moise is like, well, now I feel bad.
the fic writes itself. Ugh.
Oh my god, you know what that is? It's Sam the sheepdog and Ralph the
You're
wolf.
totally right.
From Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
All right,
that.
number 2, speaking of dogs, Angua von Uberwald.
Yeah.
And number 1, how could it have been anyone other than Nanny Ogg?
Yes. Yeah.
So that is our
Yep.
list. I
That's
think
good.
objectively correct. Like, no one could argue that we have found the truth of Discworld in this list.
Yes. We've done
Absolutely.
good work here. All right. And now we turn our ranking to the fuckability of the world overall. How fuckable on a scale of 1 to 10 boners, 10 being the most boners that any person could possibly have, except the luggage, maybe, we don't know. How fuckable is the Discworld?
For a world that I don't believe was written with a lot of horniness in mind, Terry Pratchett created characters that are so compelling and complete
Yeah.
that we bring the horniness with us.
Yeah.
And I think that puts it up to like an 8 for me.
Yeah. I really don't have any no's on my list.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not as ravenously horny about all of these characters as you would think for a list that has no no's. But on the basis of that alone, I have to give it like probably a 9 just because I'm willing to fuck everybody on this list.
Mm-hmm.
I am in a similar boat. I feel like we're at a 9. And yeah, it turns out that if you write robust and fascinating characters, they become sexy just by existing.
Yeah.
And then there's Grebo.
And,
And then
yeah.
there's Creepo.
I'm going to have to round this up to a 6.
Oh, shit.
I feel like,
Alright.
because I'm looking at my list, Death is number 12, and he feels like a perfect median to me. Like, he feels like just a normal person fuck. And like, looking at my list, I don't see a lot of characters that I'm really excited about, but I also don't have a lot of characters that I find completely repellent either. There's just like a big field of like, yeah, sure. But these are characters like, I really enjoy reading about them. I think their characterization is very interesting. But I think that and this is probably just a me thing, but I remembered feeling the same way when we did the What We Do in the Shadows episode, where like, there's something about taking something which is normally like heightened fantasy and sort of beyond realism, and like dragging it down with intention to a sort of mundanity, right? Like, Discworld is a fantastic world, but so many of the interpersonal stuff, so many of the like individual characters are just real people, right? Like they're not like high fantasy characters in that way. And so for me, at least, like the fantasies that I get lost in are ones that are more heightened. But I'm looking at these people and I'm like, these just kind of feel like people to me. Like, they're well-realized people, they're well-written, and I enjoy being in their company. But they just feel like, for me, a 5 is like the experience of walking down the street. It's like, and that's what Discworld feels a lot like to me. It's like, yeah, I'll just like run into people that are normal people, So that's where I'm at.
What does that give us for our overall?
That gives us an overall average of an 8 for Discworld.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Still
Nice.
quite
Yeah.
respectable, despite me being the outlier once again.
All right. And we must look inwards now. and ask ourselves that most important question. What did we learn here?
I've learned two things.
Mm-hmm.
The first, I'm terrified of the consequences if it's just a numbers game on FIFA. That's not a good situation. That's not a good thing to be. I'm worried about it. Number two, there's exactly one Carrot Iron Founderson / Moist Fun Flip fic, and I am going to be reading it basically after we go.
Yeah!
What's it rated?
It's not erotic, though. It's rated G.
That's boo.
Well, you'll have to let us know how it is. Let us know how many feet are in there. I learned, because I went back and I was reading some. I haven't read these books since I was in college. It's probably been at least 15, maybe 20 years for me since I last read a Discworld book. But I was going back and reading over some stuff to remind me of certain characters. And honestly, I might start just reading Discworld instead of going to therapy.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
I mean, do both, but yes.
It was slipping into a warm bath. It was it was spending an evening with my best friend who just has the infinite capability to make me laugh and make me feel warm and welcome and just what an experience. Why have I been denying myself this all this time? I need to do this more.
Let me tell you, if you're an audiobooks person, the newer editions, the Penguin Random House ones, they went back and re-recorded everything, so you don't have to dig back to some of the early books that are burns from cassette tapes that were also garbage.
Is it still Stephen Briggs reading?
No, and that is something that a lot of people find contentious and for very good reasons. But what they did was they actually have each set of books is read by a different narrator.
Sure.
And then they also have one person who does death in all of the books and one person who does the footnotes in all of the books. So there is some consistency there.
That's a very good way of structuring it.
I believe the gentleman who played Moist actually reads the Moist books in that BBC adaptation. Indira Varma, I believe, is the woman who reads all of the witch books.
Indira Varma, fuck.
Okay.
Shoot, what's his name? Gollum.
Oh, Andy Serkis.
Yeah, Andy Serkis reads Small Gods, and it's excellent.
Ooh.
The woman who played the female lead in IT Crowd, I can't remember her name, but she does Monstrous Regiment, and it turns out she's fantastic as a reader.
Wow.
I'll definitely try it out. I have so many deep opinions about Discworld narrators. I still think, hey, if you're a big audiobook head out there, I still think Nigel Planer as the witches fucking rips.
Nigel Planer was fantastic with the witches. It was definitely an adjustment experience to get used to different sounds for Granny and Nanny in particular. But I came to really, really enjoy the slightly different take on them.
Wow. Fun fact, a episode of One Shot that fell through shortly after Terry passed away. We reached out to Stephen Briggs because we wanted to have him on sort of a goodbye to Terry adventure. And things were so chaotic with the estate. He's like, I don't know what I'm allowed to do. And we're totally cool. We're all grieving in our own ways.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, would that have been a thing.
Goddamn.
That's amazing that you even got close. That's incredible.
Yeah.
It turns out there was a period of time where you could just email Stephen Briggs. Crazy.
That's nuts.
Annie, did you learn anything today?
Yes, I did. Right. I learned that much like the pumpkin spice latte, sometimes your basic choices are just because they're good, and it turns out everybody will agree with you.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to get fucked by a mean cat.
Everybody wants to get fucked by a mean cat and have a pumpkin spice latte. Sometimes it's just good to have a coffee with nutmeg and cinnamon in it.
You know what? Both go well with whipped cream on them. So
yeah.
I learned that somehow, some way, it is possible to break Dan Mulcairn.
Yep.
I didn't think that was possible, and I didn't think it was the luggage that would do it, I guess.
I mean, no one knew,
No.
What a joy to be present for that.
Yeah, I'm really. I mean, I'm always on the episodes pretty much, but like, I'm really glad I was here for this.
Yeah.
This is.
You
feels
finally did it,
momentous.
Bob. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm not going to retire now, but I am. This is going on the trophy shelf.
Well, you got to find someone else.
So a new person to break.
Now you got a taste for it.
I do. Yeah. Another, but not impressionable mind. That's the thing. I have to go find another, like,
A project.
rigorously thoughtful.
Grizzled. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone like me, like a big city lawyer, really stuck in my ways, lost touch with my roots, something like that,
Coming back to the small town he grew up in, Fuckware.
That's right.
The sloppiest little town on the East Coast.
The most beautiful carpenter who also owns a big red pickup truck, has a precocious nibbling.
Yes! I love this. This is
Your
great.
childhood friend who owned the sex toy factory.
Doesn't want to really live dad's life, but man, he loves the sex toy factory.
Wants to whittle their own bespoke dildos,
Yes! Oh, fuck. All
I
right.
guess it could be somebody who owns an erotic factory.
Ooh!
True.
Sex Kringles.
A hog farm. We did
The
it!
hog farm, we found it! We got it!
Yay!
Oh,
All right, and with that, we turn to our final list of final segments. Plugs! All right. Annie Craton, would you like to plug your stuff?
Absolutely. If you want to find me, you can do that on Blue Sky. I'm at anniezard.bisky.social. That's ANNIEZ or Z if you're nasty, ARD.
Yeah!
If you want to find what I do, you can do that at crookedrussiancam.horse or crookedrussiancam.gay. You can find out about all of our podcasts at Crooked Russian Cam. That's the podcasting people that I am in. That
Yes.
sentence got away from me. We've got I Will Fight You, a pop culture opinion podcast that is very much a beautiful cousin to the Winsome Hard Choices. We have Gem Jammer, a 5e Spelljammer podcast that is my baby, my pride and joy. We do Otome games on Date Me Dammit. If you want to hear a project that also involves many of your favorite associated Mulcarans, really just the one associated Mulcaran, Claire Mulcaran. Many hard choices people have also tried it out. It is Binary Break. It is a Digimon roleplay game that is based on Digidice, a system that Claire created. We are a bunch of rowdy teens. I am in season 2.
Yes.
You have a different cast of characters in season 1, but the conceit is that everybody plays their own teenager or chosen child or digidestined, whatever your flavor is. But we also play another character's Digimon partner, which means that we have a lot of fun just messing around, having different combinations of people to bounce off of each other. It is a incredibly fun project. I love being a part of it. I play angsty soccer lesbian Cat Payne and your best friend Olimon, a cereal mascot who's a Digimon.
Yes.
We have just started. Season 2 is going to be wrapping in January. That is when you will be able to listen to all of season 1 and 2 together. And we have already started recording for season 3, so that is going to be all bangers.
Yes.
So absolutely get in on this now.
Shit, yeah. All right, James, plug your stuff.
Yeah, hi, I am James D'Amato. If you want to find me and talk to me about any sexy cat, or if you have a really good moist carrot stick that you want to send me.
Yuck, a moist carrot.
Hey, man,
Yuck.
that's the name of the ship. I'm sorry. That's what it
everyone,
is.
you
I hadn't thought of it, but you're right.
Keep your moist carrots away from me, please. Send those to James.
You can find me on Blue Sky, where I'm at One Shot RPG. If you want to read about my thoughts on storytelling or get a little bit of inspirational advice and prompts and whatnot, you can find my books wherever books are sold.
Yeah.
The Ultimate RPG series. Also pick up Oh Captain, My Captain.
Fuck
it's
yeah.
a role-playing game I designed. I think pre-orders are still open for Cosmic Symphony Nights, another role-playing game I designed, which I would love to play with literally anyone. It's so much fun. And of course, my podcasts you can find over at oneshotpodcast.com. They include Campaign Skyjacks and Folktale Punk actual play show inspired by the music of the Decemberists. And as we referenced on this very show, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Which has a public feed, but as Bob has pointed out, there are basically twice as many episodes available on the Patreon feed.
Yeah.
So check it out on the public feed for free, and if you like it, there are so many more ad-free over on Patreon.
Yeah, get hooked.
Get hooked.
All right. It's me, MeganBob, the one who makes hard choices happen. In a bit of real-life news, I got into graduate school for something that I'm really excited about.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Grad school is absolutely going to eat my life for a while. I have thought about how to handle that. My plan of action, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm going to go on hiatus for a little bit and record as much as I can and then come back in May with a backlog of episodes that mean I'm not having to go month to month to make it work. I know that is a long time, but I'd rather overestimate what I need than underestimate it. I've already got some episodes booked for recording, and I'm working on more, so expect that to start up again in May. Until then, if you're a patron, there will still be bonus content coming out. That bonus content is Aloe and Ace Are on the Case, the Ramshackle podcast, where Annie Craton, myself, and a guest enjoy the wonders and horrors of bargain bin sex toys available on Shein and Temu. We absolutely do not endorse buying or using any of these, do we, James?
Not even once.
No, don't.
Yeah, but you can learn what a ramshackle is.
Yeah! Oh, I have seen some things that I would definitely... We have not even gotten into the... Oh, I can't talk about it. I've been teasing it for a while now, but I'm getting things lined up for our rapid fire garbage day episode where we just clear out all of the weird shit that I have bookmarked. And folks, I have some baffling shit.
And some of these links, they gotta go.
They gotta go. I have too many of them.
Those products will disappear.
Yeah, basically. All right, it's going to be Annie, me, James, and Kit going through a cavalcade of madness. So if you're hungry for more MeganBob and Co. content, head on over to patreon.com/hardchoices and get in on that action for as little as $1.69, baby. It's cheap.
Nice.
And there's hours of shit for you to enjoy, including the thick, uncut, patrons only episodes of Bad Choices where you get to hear all of our sloppiest and cringiest takes. The Shrek one is up now. Everyone is in peak form on that. And the fanfic. Only the patrons get access to the fanfic that we read that night.
Oh man. My God.
James was extremely brave. James made noises. Very bravely made noises.
I am a river to myself.
There are other things you cannot hear unless you pay for this version. Well, unless you pay to be a patron. Kit ate a gummy worm that had been soaked for an hour, 2 hours in pickle juice. Mm-hmm. The point is, if you are not a patron, you're really missing out on a lot of the craziest shit that we get up to. So patreon.com/hardchoices. And don't fucking worry. Hard Choices will be banging on your goddamn bedroom door again in May with a brand new episode for you to enjoy. So this is not goodbye. This is I will see you soon. And until then, stay hard. Yeah, stay hard.
Woo! Hell yeah.
I don't know. If they stay hard until May, they might need to see a doctor.
See a doctor.
Do
see a doctor.
Yeah, see a doctor for that. This has been Hard Choices. If you want to show your support and get access to all kinds of extra episodes, outtakes, and other goodies, go to patreon.com/hardchoices. You can get in on the after party for as little as $1.69, baby. You can see more of MeganBob's solo work over at onlyfans.com/MeganBob. It's free to subscribe, and there's some choice stuff to savor if you're ready to drop a few bucks on bespoke sexiness. If you had a good time listening, please leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Heck, drop a recommendation to us on social media. Tell a friend about the show. Tell your favorite subreddit. Anything you do to spread the word means a ton and helps Hard Choices become more powerfully thirsty than ever before. This episode was produced by MeganBob. That's me. The music used in this production is licensed through Upbeat. You can find details in our show notes and hear lots of great tunes at upbeat.io, spelled UPPBEAT.io. The Hard Choices logo is designed by Elliot B.K. Lang. Please go follow their work at Elliot B.K. Lang on Blue Sky, spelled ELLIOTBKLANGE.BSKY.social. Their art is so cute! If you'd like to get into touch with us, email hardchoicespod@gmail.com and say, hey. Thank you so much for listening and hanging out with us. You're a peach!